Sweet Halloween and collard greens proudly presents the ultimate comic book movie list show.
I want dreads like Monty, OAW Entertainment, comic book crime wave, and Grim the craziest, masked man like Hannibal, the Victor Von Doom type of sorrows. You might look the part, but you don't do the moves right. I'm one step ahead of you, the kingpin of K-Town, Joaquin, but I'm not for jokes or for play clown. I'm 10 times serious, I'm Brainiac 5. Check your Instagram story, see the maniac live.
Got big blood in my bones, I'm too strong from my heart to my soul. With all this power in my core, I know I'm a superhero.
I want dreads like Monty, fast man like Hannibal. Dreads like Monty, fast man like Hannibal. Dreads like Monty, fast man like Hannibal. Dreads like Monty, fast man like Hannibal.
Here we go. There it is.
Oh, look at this layout. Look at this
look at
motherfucker.
this.
Oh, shit.
Look at
Right.
this.
Wait a minute.
You like?
Oh,
you like?
shit. Look at this.
Look at my
man.
dreads sticking out over here. That looks bad. Hang on, let me fix that shit.
Nice as hell. Look
There
at
we go.
this. Look, I like how spacious it is and shit. Look at all this room I got. Are
Yeah.
these hardwood floors, nigga?
Yeah,
These
look.
are nice hardwood floors.
Yeah, I've been building this fucking room for the new channel. This is the new channel. This is what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, I like this. This is nice.
Yeah.
I like you got the chat over there. Let me see. That's okay.
Yeah. And if you look over there,
Uh-huh.
as we grade these movies,
Mhm.
our
I
grades
see
will
it.
pop up right there.
Yeah, I see it. It's got Vapeon, and then it's got Larry, it's got me, it's got okay.
Yeah.
This okay. You know what? I was talking shit about you earlier, but you know what? I'm not doing it no more. So, cause that, I'm gonna save it. Not gonna talk no more shit about you for the next 30 minutes.
All right. But also, that fucking song, like Hannibal. Tell them about that song, and then let's introduce our guests.
Oh, okay. So the song, the beat you guys heard, that is actually from the Judge Dredd episode that we did a few. Like when we met our stream goal. Thank you very much, guys, for helping us meet our stream goal for the month. For that episode, I was supposed to make a new beat out of make a beat from one of the Judge based on the Judge Dredd movies, which I did, and that picture's awesome. And what I did was I got Grim, OG Ben Grimm, who's a friend of the shit show, and whose album we reviewed on Shithead Appreciation Month. We reviewed the Shithead Appreciation episode. We reviewed his album. So I called Grim and I said, hey, I need you to write a verse about some superhero shit. And he did that. And then I called Amore Jones, who is the guy who sang the remake of the Jesse Lee Peterson theme for us when we did that. So I called those guys. I said, hey, this is what I need y'all to do, and this is what I need it done by. And they did that shit, and that's the intro to the song. Now, the intro to the Ultimate Comic Book Movie List episode. Now, that being said, we have two guests. I'm going to introduce the guests under me. You introduce the guests under you.
Yes.
Joining us for the first time, coming from the comments section over there to now being a guest on the show. He is not only a shit show guest, but it is his first time on the shit show. Ladies and gentlemen, from the chat to the show, give it up for Vapeon!
Welcome, Vapeon. Welcome.
Yes.
Tell the shitheads who you
What's
are,
up, guys?
if they don't know already.
I'm just a guy who likes comic books and comic book movies from Ohio. So
Yeah. Yeah, and look,
That's fine.
I gotta say this about Vapeon. From the very first Ultimate Comic Book Movie List episode, Vapeon has been in the shared movie folder. Vapeon's been watching the shit. We've been sharing the shit with him. So it's only natural that he be part of this episode.
Yes.
But continue, Vapeon.
I tried to make my background more interesting. Like I have Ninja Turtle Funko Pops. I have a Constantine Funko Pop. I don't own anything Deadpool at all.
Oh, you're good.
Which is sad.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I own over 900 Funko Pops and over 200 action figures, and none of them are Deadpool.
Well, you got to step your game up, man. You got to step your game up.
I feel like I'm about to get on Amazon and send you a Deadpool now, just so we can have that in the collection.
Yeah.
It's funny because I have I have Sonic Teenage Warhead, and I have Colossus, and I have Domino.
Yes, yes, yes.
But-
Also, shout out to I appreciate how you walked that tightrope just now. It's tricky just not saying her name. Yes, Sonic Teenage Warhead.
Yes.
Also, probably one of the best character names. Well, definitely one of the best character names in the Marvel universe. So that's that. So we got Vapeon joining us.
Yes.
And below
And
Monty.
below me, we got the man, the myth, the dude that's here to fight with Monty over some random shit. I love this man below me, but he's going to say some shit that I'm not going to agree with, and we're going to have it out. Larry from OAW, welcome to the fucking shit show.
Yes.
Tell him who you are.
Oh man, I feel like I gotta take this mask off, bro. I was trying to do the Hannibal thing, man. But I'm telling you.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you this mask life is something else. I've been doing this shit for a couple, some years now. It's like a decade or so. So it's just like it. But in the beginning, my face was always sweaty.
Yeah. Anyway, but what's happening, everybody? Shout out to everybody watching live. Shout out to everybody watching after the fact. Shout out to all the shitheads in the chat. What's happening? This is your boy, Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief, host of OAW Entertainment YouTube channel, your place for reviews and discussion videos for geeks and geek enthusiasts. Just me personally. What? Oh man, what is this? This is 10-year YouTube vet.
Fuck.
10 years, dude. I've been doing this a decade, bruh. Just celebrated the 10th year anniversary last month. Last month we did it.
Yeah.
So 10-year anniversary, resident YouTube reviewer. Anything and everything, comic, geek related, what have you, comic books, anime, all types of stuff. Anyway, just check out the channel, youtube.com/OAW Entertainment.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, the first time I was ever on your channel, we weren't talking anything geek related. We were talking parenting and raising daughters.
Oh yeah, well, I talk about some serious shit too.
Yeah, like Larry gets into it. Like, we didn't argue over that, but when it comes to this nerd shit, Larry might be as wrong as Missy Ann sometimes. Oh
no, wait. So real quick, I gotta put all the shitheads on notice because we gonna get into some shit tonight.
Look, the first time me and Larry talked comic books, we talked for hours.
Yes.
And I was just like, I was amazed. I was like, man, this man was saying some shit. I was just like, my brain can't even process this information. That's why I so desperately wanted Larry on this episode.
Let me ask y'all a question, because here's what happened that night. I don't know if y'all remember the first time Larry was on a shit show. It was the April Fool's episode, and Larry was a first time guest. Instantly became one of my favorite guests. But when the show ended, I had to go to bed. They stayed on the Skype call. Thanks for the sub here.
Thank you very much, new subscriber who I will. Israel.
Yeah.
Israel Perez. What is up, Israel?
Thank you. Yeah, they stayed on the call. Don't say fuck me, fuck you, Missy Ann. What are you talking about? But
I knew you had a thing for Missy Ann. You got a thing for white girls, so I knew it was coming.
Not
so
like that.
Finish your story.
No.
Finish your story.
No, but they were they stayed on the call. I was like, look, I got to go to bed. But I went out. I had a drink because I like to have a drink and a cigarette because I'm a smoker. And then I came back out. They were still talking. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna hit record. So that whole conversation is recorded. I haven't listened to it because neither one of them really know. So I can't really do anything with it because they don't know it's recorded. But I haven't listened back to it. But if you want, randomly, I can have Zoe go to a random timestamp in that conversation and play snippets of that conversation.
I can only look. We had a very long conversation about, and I remember Man of Steel kept coming up in that conversation. It was just, man, Larry was dragging. I would change that nigga name to Smog the way he was dragging that shit. That nigga was dragging the fuck out that movie. It was great. Look, we got a couple Streamlabs that came in. Let me read these shits real fast. in the order that they came in. Hypothesis sent us a dono that says, I may have had the nunchuck, sai, and bow staff. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's a Monty Rodica. That is a Monty Rodica. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
And look, Carnivorous Ape, Jill is on next week. Next week.
Jill. Oh, you mean G? Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah. All right. Anyway, Alan Reyes says nerdy fact on the Lord of the Rings extended cut. You can watch the discussion of and rough storyboard cut of the early idea of Aragorn fighting Sauron. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. And
I'd be curious to see how because they don't really get into the power of Sauron.
They
We
don't.
just see him be tall with a mace, fucking up different elves and dwarves and shit.
Yeah,
That's
and-
like we literally like the first 5 minutes of Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship, we see him fighting, and the rest of that he's just an eyeball.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and also American Nightmare. I didn't get consent to tape them. I just pressed record. I haven't even listened to it, and I haven't done anything with it. So
Actually, so here's what's crazy. In the state of Georgia, you can record anybody without their consent.
Yeah.
As long as one person is aware the recording is happening, then you can do it. Now, I don't know how that works with YouTube
Yeah, but-
and Skype.
I'm not gonna do shit with that unless y'all both know what's on it and or what I'm gonna do. And now you know, so we'll talk about it later. Like we'll see what I can do with it. I'll send you
All right.
copies of it.
The
So
next one came from Penultima, who says Hannibal's art is like the anorexic version of Rob Liefeld.
it is. It is. It is.
Yeah. I don't know who Rob Liefeld is, but I'm gonna presume that's a compliment. So thank you, Penultima.
It is
Tito.
not.
It is
Tito
not.
Canoe, you know what? I'm not listening, not ready to argue with you yet, Larry. Hold on. Tito Canoe says that song is so good it makes me want to slap a G-Man. and remember, G-Man stands for Gary, a mad ass nigga. So according to Antonio Slim, who was on our pop-up episode on Monday,
Antonio,
Buck
you're
Melanoma.
always welcome back on the show. You were fucking fun.
Absolutely. Buck Melanoma says, y'all know Rev had to pull Shani off the toilet earlier today, right?
Oh, I caught that. Or
I-
a friend of mine was watching and he told me about it.
Oh, a friend of yours was watching.
Yeah. We won't get into that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I don't even understand how that works. What do you mean he had to pull her off the toilet? Like she was using it so bad that he needed to use it too, or was she too big to get off the toilet, or just why was like this is what I'm saying. If you gotta take a shit and pulling is involved, you're doing something wrong.
Look, we're not going there on this. This is the
I-
ultimate comic book movie episode.
Yeah.
And
And,
also get ready because I've been talking to Burnt Toast.
Mhm.
Next month on the shit show,
Mhm.
there's about to be a new segment. We talked about this segment, and Burnt Toast is down to do this segment we talked about.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
The
that's the thing, then
Clarence segment, Hannibal.
Yeah.
The
okay.
Clarence segment.
Clarence. Shut
Yes.
up. And the last one came in from R. Azrael that says, do y'all know anything about the Blue Marvel by Kevin Graveau? If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. Is this who wrote the screenplay for the Underworld franchise and I, Frankenstein? I don't
Yes.
think he gets enough recognition.
Yeah, Graveau's awesome, dude.
Yes.
Graveau's one of my idols, man. That dude is so cool.
Really? Okay, I got it. I'm not familiar with him, but I'm looking him up now. So,
What did you ever see Underworld?
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm seeing the picture of who he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Heather Holderness just said, you all hear Monty and Shani's interactions, LOL. I call conspiracy because if you're inbox Hannibal, LOL. I don't know what that last part means, but yeah, I actually interacted with Shani. So
I'm looking in the inbox now. Hold on, we gonna see. See what you're talking about. Wait a minute. Get out of my page. Get to the shit show page.
yeah.
All right. Anyway. So that's all the stream labs, and that's it. So
But
look,
wait. We just got another one from OG Ben Grimm. Thank
OG
you
Ben
to
Grimm.
whoever that said that song was great. That song was great, Ben Grimm. You fucking killed it. you actually inspired the art that I'm doing, and wait till you see that shit, dude.
Yes,
you
yes,
fucking
yes.
killed it.
The art for the new channel is actually gonna be.
Yeah, and also, look, Ben, if you remember when we reviewed your album that I liked and I kept talking about what I heard in it, what I heard in that track was a beast that I knew you were.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, it was fun. I hit him up on, I think, Friday, and he had sent me his verse.
Yeah.
If I hit him up Friday night, he sent me the verse Saturday morning. So it was super quick.
Yeah,
you know?
Ben
And so,
Grimm
yeah.
is fucking badass.
Yeah, shout out to OG Ben Grimm. Shout out to Amore Jones. They fucking killed that shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. Look, all right, let's get into it, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these motherfucking
Yeah,
movies.
and look, before we go, the format's gonna be a little different. We're gonna still go around, and we'll probably start Hannibal, Monty, Larry, Vapeon, and then we'll go Monty, Larry, Vapeon, Hannibal, Larry, Vapeon, Monty, or Hannibal, Monty, and so forth. But yeah, the way we're gonna run it is we're just gonna go into the movies like we did on the very first one, and maybe veer onto different paths when we do. And the idea is we're all going to go around and talk, and keep it brief when we talk. You say what you liked about the movie, what you didn't like about the movie, and if you can, who do you think this movie's for? And then give your grade. And then after all of us have done that, we will discuss.
We would just go random round table.
Yeah, we'll round table after that, and then we got 30 minutes per movie with all of that. So,
Looking at my grades right now. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
yeah.
I guess.
That
So,
being said, let's go into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. Who
Yes.
picked this movie? Was this Vapeon? Was this your choice?
Actually, we should probably go Vapeon first, because I just realized we picked these movies. Why don't we let
Yeah.
Vapeon?
Yeah.
How do you feel about going first, or are you more comfortable if we go the way we said? I know it's your first time on the show.
I can go first with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right,
I
take
was
it.
debating on-
Vapeon, here you
I
go.
was debating on two movies. It was this one or Mystery Man, which I didn't realize was a comic book movie. I thought it was a movie based on superheroes, but it actually is a
Based on a
comic book movie. But
Yes, it is.
I did. This is the only movie I actually wrote notes for. I was like, during the opening, almost everybody is eating bland cheese pizza, and I
Yeah.
was like, that is weird.
Yeah.
Like everybody. What I liked about the movie, it feels a lot like the cartoon that I grew up with. It's very much that brought to life. The first movie is a little bit more serious. This one, there's no like seriousness to it. They don't even use their weapons, because I don't know if you knew this or not, but there was an outrage by parents that the first movie was too violent.
Yes.
You would not let the turtles use their weapons in this movie. They used like yo-yos and sausages
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I read that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know what? Can I give Vapeon plunger points while he's on the show?
Yeah, Hannibal, you can.
All right, these are like, and I'm giving you 400 plunger points to give out to the shitheads however you feel, but I'm giving you 50 plunger points for knowing that random ass detail about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
oh yeah, like I also, because I was like I looked stuff up about these stuff. Like the company is like TGRI in the movie, but it's not in the comics. It's TCRI. I don't
Yeah.
know why they've changed it. And what I disliked about the movie is it's all new April. The first April is not back.
Yeah.
They use Shredder again. Like, you have an entire bullpen of enemies. You have Krang, who's my favorite. You have Baxter Stockman. You have all these other enemies, and you just are like, let's bring Shredder back. And then, Toka and Razor. Like, really? Like, everybody wanted Bebop and Rocksteady. It took us like 30 years to get Bebop and Rocksteady in a movie. And then one of them was played by Sheamus, which is upsetting.
Yeah. All right.
So I actually gave this movie a B. I think it's a good movie. I think if you're someone my age, you obviously like this movie. Like you grew up on this movie. It's better than. It's definitely better than 3. I don't know if it's better than 1. It's better than both of the Michael Bay ones. I would say it's probably better than the animated one that came out in the mid 2000s. So I think this is probably the second best movie we watched out of the 4.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, that's all I got to say about it.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Vapeon with the B. All right.
All right. Vapeon hit it with the B.
Everybody in the chat, I want you, after we go around, I want everybody to drop their grades and their reasons so we can go through and talk about it.
Yeah. So yeah, and look, right now, and once we move to the new channel, there will be a grading scale and bot commands that are geared towards the comic book movie episode, which is part of the reason we're moving it to a new channel, so that all the commands work with this. We're actually going to use the heist command and all the games you can play with StreamBot on that channel for comic book movies. But check the description, go sub to the channel. Look, let's get this as close to 1,000 subs as we can, as quickly as we can. Come on, go sub to that channel.
Yeah,
but
go sub to that channel. And look, for all you guys watching the show now, like we got 70 of y'all watching, but we only got 50 likes. Let's make the amount of people that are watching the show match the amount of people that like. Look, my arms went out the box, okay? That's how much I want y'all to go sub to this. Go like the bottom of the, and look, we talked to the like button. Okay, she been quarantined for weeks. She frisky, so go ahead and consensually, right? Yeah. Yep. Consensually press that like button. Yeah. Let's get them likes up there so more people can check this shit out.
Yeah.
All right, so we going clockwise?
So yeah. Hannibal, your turn.
Yeah.
TMNT.
So look, all right, so check it out. When I was younger, because I'm still a young man right now. Yeah. This was probably my favorite of. I was a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. I used to read the cartoon. I used to read the comic books, watch the cartoon, had the action figures, seen all the movies multiple times. I used to have that gigantic VHS case that the shit comes in that they put only family and kids movies in and shit. I fucking love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I specifically was a huge fan of, wait, let me slide over. Bam, look at that. I like Giant Hannibal, right? Hello, how is everybody tonight? Hello. There we go.
She's working on it. There you go.
Something weird's happening with my camera right now, y'all. But Zoe's on it. She's best. Anyway, when I was young, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze was my favorite of all the fucking the Turtles movies. I thought that movie was fantastic. And the main reason I love that movie is because I love fucking Ernie Reyes Jr. I think that motherfucker is incredible. He's a fantastic martial artist. And I enjoy watching all of his fight scenes in the movie. Even though he doesn't have a lot of them in the movie. And I thought that Super Shredder was dope. And I was like, there was so much about this movie that I thought was fantastic. I actually liked the new April more than I liked the old April. You know what I'm saying? Now, that being said, watching it again as a grown-ass man, I watched this movie, and I still love this movie. I love this movie with my whole heart. The fact that I can quote large sections of this motherfucker by heart is amazing. Like, word for word is incredible. However, that does not mean it is a good movie. Okay?
Truth.
Truth. And as much as I love this movie, and I do love this movie, I do not think that it is a good movie. Like, it is just like Vapeon said, it does have the feel of a Saturday morning cartoon. And some people are gonna really, really, really like that. But for me, that was it. So the thing I like the most about this movie is the thing I disliked the most about this movie was that it felt so much like a Saturday morning cartoon. To the point where there's certain scenes where stuff happens, like they have to run away real fast, and they'll literally have that cartoon Hanna-Barbera, like cartoon running away music in the background. Like they use like the old Hanna-Barbera sound effects throughout this live action movie, and it's just this is one of those movies that the studio made worse because they was like, man, this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle phenomena is gonna run out soon. Hello, I'm big again. Hello, how is everybody today? Good morning to you.
Yeah.
Look at young Bill Fridge is in the chat. He says TMNT 3 was better movie than TMNT 2, but I didn't love it like I loved the Ooze. Yeah, Bill Fridge, I haven't seen 3 in a long time, but I think you might be right. I think 3 might be better than 2, but 1 is better than all. Look, I enjoyed this movie. I hated that it was like an over the top Saturday morning cartoon. That's the thing I disliked the most. The thing I loved the most about this movie was babies! Babies! That scene is not supposed to be funny, and it's fucking hilarious. He was like, they're infants, and Shredder's like, they're stupid. It's like, yeah. I felt Shredder's pain on that shit. Look, this movie is for I think this movie is for 80s and 90s babies specifically. And as much as I enjoyed it, I don't think this is a good movie. I'm giving this movie a D+.
All right. Shit.
And I love it. But don't get it twisted. I love this movie. I love the hell out of it. I just don't know if I can recommend it to anybody else.
All right. Fair enough. D+ from Hannibal. Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping tabs on. I mean, even though I see him popping up on the chat, so we got a D+ and a B. What say you, Montel Montevious Porter?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this. Put your grades in the chat. Subscribe to the channel. We will have a better way for you to get your grades, and we will also tally your grades at the end. We're not on this one because I don't have the system set up, but I'm setting up a system for tallying grades. But
look, Destruction Inc. gave it a C. And look, y'all can drop y'all grades and tell us why y'all giving it the grade too. Destruction Inc. gave it a C. DeJuan Patterson Powers, love that double hyphenated P. Yeah. Gave it a B-.
But yeah. With all that, let's go into this. And I thought going into this that I was gonna fight with Hannibal specifically on this, as far as grading goes. So I'm going to break down what I liked and didn't like about this, because what I loved about this was this is also one of my favorite Ninja Turtles movies. I love this movie. I loved everything about it. I loved how it started. I loved the random fucking Asian kid that delivers pizza that randomly meets the turtles, and he's also a PI somehow who can find April O'Neil's house and show up and go, hey, you got some turtles here, bitch? What about this one? That was one of my favorite things. Like, he walked in, he's like, oh shit, what about that green foot hiding? Aren't they supposed to be ninjas? We don't fucking care. This kid knows. He saw Raphael's foot. The last turtle whose foot you'd see. Yeah. But those are all things I loved. Like, I loved those moments. I love the yo-yo scene and Raphael or Donatello finding the fucking bouncy doll, and he's like, oh yeah. Like, what's the yeah for? I love that. I don't know why. It was awesome. But all of that was fun. This movie was very, very cartoony, very fun, this felt like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon way more than the first one. And Billy the Fridge, Kino was a kid, Billy the Fridge. Yes. Billy the Fridge, I haven't seen it in a while, but you're fucking wrong, Billy. You're a sweet boy, but you're fucking wrong. Turtles in Time is not better than this. I remember that being trash when I was young. But we'll Look, when we do Turtles in Time, you got to come on, Billy. But it all felt like the cartoon, and it made me happy to watch. I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. But what I didn't like was some of the dumb shit. Like, it's a dumb movie. When we do this list, what we're doing is we are comparing these movies to every movie that exists.
Yes.
Say
that one more time, Monty.
We are comparing these movies to every movie that exists. Every movie that has ever come out. That's what's happening. As much as I love this movie, and this movie will forever be on some form of playlist that I want to keep with me forever. This movie belongs on it for me. But when I talk about this movie compared to every other movie, my grade is a D+. I actually agree with Hannibal.
First off, I don't like the energy that you put forward when you said that, because you made it seem like you and I always disagree, and that's not true.
Oh, we disagree a lot. We don't always disagree.
No. First off, we've reviewed. This will be 125 comic book movies from last January to now. 125 comic book movies we reviewed, and I can literally count on one hand all the serious disagreements that we've had. Like,
yeah,
I know them
same here.
Off the top of my head.
Same here.
It's not a lot of movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as I'm like, I don't even know why you doing that shit. All right, let's get to the most controversial man in the room. Okay. Let's do this shit. Go full screen for Larry. He about to fuck some shit up, okay? Everybody move the furniture back up against the wall, okay?
Wait, hold up. Why am I the most controversial man in the... You know what? Fine, fuck it, whatever. I'll own it. I ain't no bitch. I'll own it. Let's do the damn thing. All right, so Secret of the Ooze. Just like you guys, Secret of the Ooze, I came up with it. You know what I'm saying? 90s baby. 80s baby, 90s kid, came up with it and whatnot. But I mean, like everything that was mentioned earlier kind of stands, right? Just for reference for everybody watching, I'm a huge TMNT 90s fan. That first film is a classic. That first film, in my opinion, one of the greatest comic book films of all time.
All right.
Okay. Like that first film would be in the top 25 greatest comic book films of all time, in my opinion. Right?
Okay, Larry.
Okay.
So, and here's the thing: Secret of the Ooze is such a departure from that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, just like what was mentioned earlier, the whole point for this one was to lighten it up, make it more like the cartoon. In that, I think it is successful. On that note, what I liked about it, number one, regardless of how you feel about the movie, let's be real about this. Jim Henson's Creature House. It was about that life again. This with the sequel now. Mm-hmm. Them effects, them suits was still on point. Because what was this? 1990? Which one is this? 92?
It might have been 90, like 90 and 91. Because I think they tried to put out both movies
91.
the same year.
It's 91. It's 91.
It's in the description. What do we have?
Yeah. So for 91, the effects are still on point. The Turtles' design is a little bit different because they're supposed to be more like colorful and, cartoonish and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Those effects are still on point. So that's the first thing I really, really dug about the film was that the effects were on point. The suits were on point. Second thing, the subway scene. When they arrive at the new home, which is the old abandoned that was cool. I dug that. When they light it up for the first time, like all of that, like I thought that was a really cool set. Really, really cool. That's about it.
All right.
What I didn't like about it, honestly, was the fact that it was so kiddie. That was the big thing, because I like that first film so much. And here's the thing. I'm not saying you can't have both. But if that was the case, why didn't we just get an animated film? Since y'all were doing the animated series anyway.
Mhm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my biggest complaint with this movie is that they took it in such a just such a watered down, child friendly direction.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of a rating, I actually agree with Hannibal and Monty on this one. D+ is where I was with this.
Wow.
Damn.
Holy shit, man. Look, y'all. We need to get to Constantine and tell him that hell done froze over. Oh, shit. Listen, if you would have asked me what I thought, I definitely thought everybody was going to be mad at us. Live action animation is very upset with us right now. Live action animation, LA Anime is a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, and I know she is very upset with all of us for that.
Hey.
Tito Canoe says, "I got your back,
This
Larry."
isn't even the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie though.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: you have the '90s series, right? You have the '90s film. You have TMNT, the 07 CG film,
Yeah.
right? And then you got Turtles Forever, which is the animated film from what was that? 09, I think. 09.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got 3 films better than this one.
Yeah, like look, and all of us said, including Vapeon, how much we love this movie. Like,
Yeah, nobody hates this movie. I'm just like, but if you compare the look, I saw a lot of y'all grades coming in, okay? And let's see what I want to go back through this real fast just to like live action animation gave it a B-, which I'm gonna come back to you, baby sister. All right, hold up. Tio Canoe says he's gonna give it a strong C-. R. Asriel says he's giving it a B because of nostalgia, right? Billy, I don't see your grade, Bill Fridge. If you still hanging out, give us your grade. Heather Holderness gave it a B-. American Nightmare gave it a C+. Mutant gave it a B. OG Ben Grimm said maybe a C. Dewan Patterson Powers gave it a B-. Destruction Inc. gave it a C. Look, y'all are all judging on nostalgia. I love y'all. I do.
And it ain't got nothing to do with quality.
It's like, you mean to tell me that if you take Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze and you put that shit next to Blade, you feel like those 2 movies is equal? Like, no.
No, they're not.
And Blade is way better than that. That's my point. Is just like somebody's being and I get it. I love the movie too. I was watching this movie like at one point when this movie came out. This movie was so good to me at the time that I went from being an MC Hammer fan to a Vanilla Ice fan. I was like,
never that.
Yeah, I was like,
Never
what
that.
I gotta put in my head to make my shit do that? Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Never that.
Yeah.
Never that.
You know, I'm just saying it was great. But like and look, this movie isn't what it should have been because the studio and John Weiss and a couple other people pointed this out, and Vapeon also said this thing, and I appreciate you for pointing this out, Vapeon. Said that look, the studio got involved and was like, you know what? A lot of parents was like, we don't like that the ninjas is doing all this ninja stuff. Okay? So they complained, and in the movie studio was like, all right, well, in the next movie, they're not going to use any weapons. So that's why they don't use any weapons in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, that's trash. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like Donatello got, they won't even let him use a bow staff. You know what I'm saying? He can't even hit a nigga with a broomstick. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all the ninjas was white. Let's just talk about that too. They in New York City. You mean to tell me they couldn't find no Puerto Rican ninjas? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the D+. I thought that. What did the graphics say with D+? What was the description of the D+ under? What did it say? Bad and terrible.
Yeah,
it's better than terrible.
Yeah, it's better than terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
You see?
terrible.
See?
It is better than terrible.
Yeah,
And I tell you what, on a good night with enough drinks in me, I could tolerate the argument of a C-. I could see someone successfully arguing a C-.
Yeah. 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 And look, this is one of the things coming with the Ultimate Comic Book Movie list on the show. I'm going to program the bot so that if enough of you challenge grades, there will be challenge grades, and we have to watch that movie over again.
Yeah. So before we can stick to our grade, we would have to rewatch the.
Yeah.
And we thought about this for a couple reasons. One, because we've had guests come on the show with that just be completely wrong, and they've been instances.
Godless engineer, Ben Collinsworth.
Yeah.
I love you. I love both of y'all.
Yeah,
I do. I really do.
Godless engineer, you got some grades wrong, bro. Like straight up.
I love you though. I love you.
He thought there was only a half percentage point between Black Panther and Spawn. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Like those movies is equal. Like shut the whole.
He was wrong on that.
Yeah.
Very wrong on that.
Yeah.
One of those movies is good. One of those movies is Spawn.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, look,
Yeah.
GE, we love you, but next time you're on the show, I will openly call you out. Hannibal will try to be nice, but I'm gonna be the one that's like, hold up, you fucked up our Black Panther grade.
Yeah, he's the reason that Black. But look, it's all good. It's all good because I'm all about I'm all about representation. So it is what it is. So
and also let me know in the chat, what do y'all think? Are the grades? And I got to remember which way to point in this setup. Are the grades popping up right? Is it working over there? As we're grading, is it working the way they pop up on the screen? Let me know. Critique this shit as we go. Let me know how it works.
So look, I want to ask a couple questions to everybody watching the show and to our guests, to Vapeon hanging out with us, to Larry from OAW, to you Monty, everybody watching. One of the ideas that I'm pitching, is, and I think I want to call it like the editor's seat or the editor's station or editor's choice. Basically, it'll be, cut it or keep it. I'm going to talk about a specific scene in the movie, and we talk about we feel like the movie, should have been cut from the movie or kept in the movie.
Yeah.
To enhance or subtract from the movie. All right?
Yeah.
So, here we go. This is a test. Cut it or keep it.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So we do cut it or keep it. Here we go. Cut it or keep it. Taka and Razor's costume design. Cut it or keep it.
Cut Toka, keep Razor. Razor's the snapping turtle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Razor is I think so, yeah.
Yeah. The wolf looks terrible. The snapping turtle looks awesome. That's my opinion. What about y'all?
Okay.
Keep it.
Larry's saying keep it. Vapeon, where you at, Vapeon?
I like them both. I think they're fine. They're not the greatest thing. I wouldn't put them in like a top 10 Ninja Turtles enemies, but they're fine.
All right, and look. Let me go into this real quick. This is something I want to talk about. That I was hoping would come up in the discussion that hasn't. How do y'all feel about the doctor that they use that worked for whatever the TGI Fridays?
TGRI.
Yeah, TGRI. Why the fuck wasn't he Baxter Stockman?
Okay, I can answer that question.
Okay.
The reason he wasn't Baxter Stockman is the original creators of Teenage Mutant Turtles did not want it to be so directly connected to the cartoon, so they didn't want to use Baxter Stockman, they didn't want to use Krang, they didn't want to use any of that shit. So what the movie studio did was they just had the director that they hired, they was like, hey, make something like Rocksteady and Bebop, make somebody like Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
And then that's what you got. So
and
the
look,
doctor that you got was basically the dollar store version of Baxter Stockman.
But
Toka and Razar are the dollar store version, the Dollar General version of Rocksteady and Bebop.
But how awesome would it have been with Toka and Razor and that guy being Baxter Stockman, but he never turns into the Fly? That would have been cool.
I think the child me would have been mad as hell that he never turned into a fly. I'm not gonna lie to you. And also, for the record, I'm going cut Toka and Razar's. I don't think you need either one of them in the movie. And I'm gonna tell. And it's not that the design was bad, as I actually don't think the design of either was bad.
Yeah.
But I think the designs aren't bad in context of their universe, right?
That's what
like when you watch Labyrinth. Right, which is one of my favorite movies. David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly. Right, they're in this mystical world where everybody and everything is puppets, except for Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie. When
Yeah.
you see those character designs in that world, it's perfect. It makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
When you see these characters in that world, it looks weird and gross. And that's all it was. It was just, that's why I'm like, yeah, just get rid of both of them. I don't think they needed either of them in the movie for that movie to work. You could just bring back Shredder, bring back the Foot, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, no, we got to have them fight some other mutants.
Okay.
But if that's the case, you don't have a plot. Why would Shredder want the Ooze if he wasn't trying to create mutants of his own?
Okay, first off, plot. Did you not watch the movie that I watched? Motherfucker was fighting niggas in the beginning of the toy. He was fighting niggas in the like Michelangelo was fighting a nigga in the beginning of the movie at KB Toy Store, KB Toys with sausage links.
Yeah.
Okay? Fuck we talking about plot for.
True.
You know what I'm saying? This shit was a Saturday morning cartoon. And the Saturday morning cartoon kid in me wouldn't have gave a fuck about that shit.
True.
Because I wasn't, like I said, that shit made me, for like a brief moment in history, feel like Vanilla Ice was superior to MC Hammer. Okay?
Yeah, this movie fucked with you. All right.
Yeah, clearly, because he just said Vanilla Ice was superior to MC Hammer. So
Yeah, I said for a brief. Okay, look. First off, kids are stupid. I used to eat glue. All right, fucking you can't go based off of what the child me said.
No. To go on your segment, here's a scene that I'll ask you if you should cut it or keep. Okay, so the second hand man to Shredder goes and gets the Ooze, right? And then the turtles show up. So the ninjas or the Foot Clan have already left, and then the turtles show up, and then the Foot Clan come back to fight the turtles. Like, they've already left. They could have been gone with the Ooze, and then they almost lose the Ooze to the turtles in that fight. And then the guy's like, he has a smoke bomb, and he's like, Ninja vanished. And I was like, what, Ninja, why'd you show back up?
Yes! Vapeon, thank you, because I noticed that too. Like, why did y'all sneak in? Thank you, Vapeon. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, as I was watching that scene again, I was just like, why y'all still here? Just leave. Y'all got the Ooze. Why y'all, the whole scene is out yet, same thing. But I would say keep that scene because it stays in line with the cartoonish foolishness that is that movie.
Oh, all right. Sorry, I just had ideas for how this segment works. All right, never mind.
What do you think? The scene where they get the Ooze from TGI Fridays? Where'd they get it from?
Let's just call it TGI Fridays from here.
Okay.
It's TGRI. Oh my God.
Okay.
This is not difficult.
Okay.
And you know what's embarrassing about it? I didn't even rewatch the damn movie for this review. I'm going off of memory. Damn shame. Damn shame.
And good job, Zoe, cutting a Larry while he's giving us the disapproving head shake. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Look, I got another one for y'all real fast. Cut it to keep it. Wait, and I want to get to some of the ones in the chat too because there was a couple people who said some things. Let's see. DeJuan Patterson Powers, when I asked you, cut or keep Toka and Razor's costume design, he said cut it. Tito Canoe says cut both. Shit, mutant. So is that supposed to be mutant?
I don't know, but look, this dude has been watching all of our old shit. Look, shit, Mutant, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Go ahead and sub to the Ultimate Comic Book Movie List.
I'm sure shit Mutant has already. So says cut the design as well. Destruction Inc. says he was a coyote, not a wolf. I want you to know that. I've never seen a pet coyote. I've never seen a baby coyote before. I had to take your word for it. Ben Meredith agrees with you, Monty. He says, keep the turtle, lose the furry.
See? Ben Meredith knows what's up.
That's hilarious. R. Azrael said, cut both. Bebop and Rocksteady are better. And Favorito said, nom noms.
Nom noms, yes.
Yeah. Also, can we just talk about that scene? It was like they get the Ooze tablets or whatever. That's supposed to turn them back into revert them to their natural state. They bake it in some donuts, and then these baby animals is like, man, you trying to poison me. Somebody wrote that script, right? And shared it with a room full of executives, and they all was like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's keep this in the movie.
Yeah.
Druid Lover also said that we should cut that scene as well. All right, next cut it to keep it. How much time we got left on this movie, Monty?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. I got time for one more. Okay, let's just do it. Cut it to keep it. Vanilla, the whole dance club scene with Vanilla Ice and the Turtles, and then after the Turtles beat up the Foot Clan, they just break out into a spontaneous dance routine.
You mean this scene all around us? Keep it right there.
Right there. Okay?
Keep
with way too much Rob Van Winkle pelvis thrusting. That scene right there. Cut it to keep it. Everybody in the chat, let us know. Vapeon, Larry, Monty, what do you guys think?
Keep it.
Keep it.
Yeah. Keep it.
Yeah, you gotta keep
adds,
it. Like,
it adds to the charm of the movie.
at this point, you've already watched 4 turtles who are known for their weapons, not use their weapons. And then you've watched the Shredder go, babies, they're babies.
Great scene.
Vanilla Ice is fine.
Yes. And look, Chet Lemon pointed out the main reason to keep it, because Splinter's last funny, I made another funny. Go Ninja, go! Come on, we need it.
I feel like I'm being peer pressured into agreeing right now.
Look, we have to have it, because this is where they succeeded in writing this movie. The Turtles were all about wanting to be out in the open. They show up, and Vanilla Ice is like, oh shit, Turtles, Ninja Turtles. I'm going to write a song on the spot. All of my backup dancers are going to instantly know the choreography. Watch this. Turtles, this is for you. What else are they going to do but get on stage? Because this is what they want. And then it pays off at the end when Splinter's like, go Ninja, go.
The funny thing is, if you'd have just changed your tone of voice, that could have been a one-seat Hannibal just now. Because they walk into a club fighting the Foot Clan, and then Vanilla Ice is like, hey, hold up, man. This just looking kind of dangerous. But, man, those Turtles is giving me a dope idea for a song. Now I'm about to freestyle. Hey, DJ, drop a fat beat. Because that's what he said, right? Drop a fat beat. And then he's like, yeah, I got this choreography. Hey, guys, just follow my lead, because that's how dancing works.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, no, man, some bullshit.
Yeah.
Kilo says foul because Vanilla Ice should never be fair. There you go. Or Azrael says, that scene is one of the reasons I gave it a B.
Damn. All right.
So is it. Yeah, Tito Canoe says, so trash. He says, cut it up like dope. And then the Turtles had their own dance scene. A bunch of neck swinging and fucking their eyes. Like, what's going on, man? Come on, man. Them niggas don't got no weapons, but they got dance moves. Like, shut up.
But Hannibal, in all fairness, they are the Green Machines. They were here to rock the town without being seen. Have you ever seen a turtle get down?
Oh my God! Are you quoting the lyrics to the song, Martin? That's fine. We got to move on to that. Look, right now it's looking like and live action animation wanted to correct me. It wasn't the when they fed the ooze to Toka and Razar. It was ice cubes.
Yes,
it wasn't
ice cubes in donuts.
Yes, ice cubes and donuts. That you thank you for correcting me, because that makes way less sense now.
All right. Well, let's go to the next movie. So we're ready. The next movie is Constantine, and I think Larry picked this.
Larry picked this. So go ahead, Larry. I've been waiting for Larry to give his review on this movie. I cannot wait to see what it is. 2005's Constantine, starring the man of, like, he has over 3 different personality types of characters he can play in movies. Keanu Reeves and Constantine.
Yes.
Larry from OAW. Let me produce Zoe. Go full screen with Larry. Larry, what'd you think about Constantine? Talk to us about it, brother.
Well, this was the movie I recommended. I like Constantine. I don't know what y'all problem is. I
Alright.
think it's good. I think
Hey,
it's a good
we
movie.
haven't even got into it yet. What did you like? What did you hate? Who is it for? Come on, let's go. Let's talk.
Okay.
Let's talk.
All right. Well, don't rush me, motherfucker. God damn it. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna sit back.
Constantine, 2005 adaptation of the Hellblazer
Yes.
comic that it is loosely inspired by, because this is very much an American rendition of it. But yeah, I mean, Constantine, it's a good film. Better, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll make this argument. The film is actually better than it has any right to be.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
Honestly. But the effects are really good. The script's actually a lot smarter than I think it gives it even itself credit for.
Okay.
What they managed to do in terms of characterization in such a short period of time, especially with John, I think is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So what I liked, let me see, what I liked most about Constantine, the fucking third act, dude. Because I remember seeing it opening weekend. I think I went opening night when it first came out.
Yeah.
And dude, like, you know, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, okay, you know, this movie's fine, whatever, da-da-da-da. Dude, when Lucifer showed up at the end, bro, I was like, okay, that one scene sold the whole damn movie for me. That scene was phenomenal. That's easily my favorite scene in the movie. Easily.
Okay.
Always has been. Always has been.
Okay.
Some of the other stuff, though, some of the iconography, I think is really good. The whole hell depicted as like this apocalyptic Singe, Los Angeles, I thought was really cool. The way the soldier demons were designed, I thought that was really cool. I just wish they went more into the mythology. We didn't dive into the mythology as much as we could have. If there's one negative thing I can say that I didn't like, actually, yeah, that would probably be my big negative for the movie. We don't dive into the mythology enough. Because, like, for an example, so the primary antagonist of the film is supposed to be, you know, the devil's son, right? Satan's son or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they use the term mammon. Well, I don't know. I don't know how many other people watching have ever studied Christian demonology. Mammon is not a throwaway name. That's an actual character in that mythos.
Yeah.
And none of, like, his name doesn't matter at all in the movie. Because his character has nothing to do with his mythology counterpart.
Yeah.
But just stuff like that. Like, I kind of wish we would have went more into that. I wish we would have went more into the whole thing with the balance, because we know there's that yeah, I mean, that's what they call it, right? The balance.
Yeah.
I wish we would have went more into that. Some of the other characters I wish we would have explored, like Papa Midnight. I wish we could have dove into his character a little bit more. But all in all, I mean, like I said, solid film. My grade, and I know these motherfuckers getting ready to cast their stones, so come with it. B-.
D minus?
B-.
B minus. Okay.
B-.
Okay.
Larry, you are a very interesting guy, man. You know what? Just when I think I know a motherfucker surprises me, and I'm like, man, I don't know shit.
Hold up, real quick. What does C+ say? Because B- said almost really good. What does C+ say?
C+ is almost good.
Wait, better than average, right?
No, C+ is almost good.
Is that what I put? Almost good.
Okay.
C+, yeah, C+ is almost good. B- is almost really good.
Yeah, so is it almost good or is it almost really good?
I'm gonna stick with mine. B-. Almost really good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Vapeon, what says it, brother? From the chat to the show. Zoe, go full screen with Vapeon. Vapeon, what did you think of 2005's Constantine?
Well, the grade, this has been said a lot tonight, is a D+. I had a hard time finding anything that I liked about this movie. I actually was like, I guess Papa Midnight is cool. Everything else, I was like, not for me. Like, they don't really tell you why Constantine is a badass.
Vapeon, did you say B+ or D+?
I think you said D+.
D+?
D+.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. I thought there was just too many characters, and it's like they need a staff, they need a psychic. It's like they're like forming this weird puzzle to bring the son of the devil back, and then like Lucifer is just like some like slimy white guy in a white suit. Like I'm like, I mean, he's creepy, but not in the way you want Lucifer to be creepy. He's like creepy in the you like call the cops and be like, we don't want to watch that guy because
Yeah, he's creepy. Like, man, like that guy's way too close to that elementary school creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I liked it better than I thought I would, which is saying something. I thought I was like, because I've never seen this movie. When it first came out, I was like, it did not look good to me. Like, I was not high on Keanu Reeves after The Matrix. It took me until John Wick to actually like Keanu Reeves again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. No, that's all fair. Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah. So fair grade.
Interesting. Look at Larry's face. I love it.
We're gonna discuss. Like let's let Hannibal go through his, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lead into the discussion. I'm gonna lead with my grade when I start. But
quick before Hannibal goes, I can't see you guys on Skype. I just see a black screen.
Really?
Yeah, I saw you guys earlier, but then I clicked off of it and I can't.
Yeah,
I don't use Skype.
Yeah, you should be seeing the share. I don't know how to guide you to see it, but we're sharing a screen, and you should see it. Larry, are you seeing it? The shared screen? If not, I can. Yeah, if not, I can have Zoe reshare it.
We might have to.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it.
All right.
Like, we might have to, depending on what it is, Vapeon, you might have to drop out and then jump back in, and then
I'll do that real quick.
Yeah, when Hannibal goes full screen, drop out and jump back in. So Hannibal, let's talk about Constantine.
Okay. And here's the thing. Look at my throat blending into the fire and shit. Oh man, that's kind of dope. Hot head needs cool water.
Yes. So there you go.
I'm gonna give 50 points to whoever can tell me what movie that came from. Anyway, it's an echo. It's an echo.
Are we echoing?
Yep. Not just me. Yep. Yo.
It's fixed.
Yo.
It's fixed. She's got it.
All right. Zoe's a boss. She be fixing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why the shit show isn't a. Anyway, look, listen. The irony is, I actually agree with Larry and Vapeon. Like, I understand what both people are saying.
Yeah.
I think, and Monty and I had an interesting conversation about this film. So, you know, I'm curious. Wait, is the echo back now? Let me know. Hold on, wait. Let me know.
No, it should be gone. It should be
good.
gone.
It's good. Good. All right. It's back. Okay, it's going. Okay, good deal. Look, I thoroughly enjoyed the Constantine movie. And then afterwards, I had talked with Monty, and Monty brought up some interesting points. And I was like, you know what? You got a good point. Like the visual, like, so someone who was raised Catholic, I'm really into like movies that get into like, you know, the fantasy of religion. Like movies that are based in like the fantasy of religion. Those movies just they do something to me on a level that just, I don't know, it speaks to my soul. I don't know what it is about them. This shit is awesome. I love Kevin Smith's Dogma. You know, I used to watch Moral Oral on a regular basis. Like, I love them shits, man. Them shits is fucking great. When people speculate about Christianity and faith and God, Catholicism, Judaism, that shit is awesome. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit is dope as hell. I think it's a great backdrop for a movie. The thing about Constantine is it's like you're joining a story that's already in progress. This is like watching part 3 of a 5-part series. So it's like we're already supposed to know Papa Midnight, and we're already supposed to know Shia LaBeouf's character. We're already supposed to know Father Hennessy. We're already supposed to know Beeman and kind of what their relationship is. And whether or not you go into this movie and like this movie, like whether you like or hate this movie is gonna be based on, I think, whether you accept or reject that premise. It's like you join this movie already in progress. Do you get who these people are, or do you be like, nah, I need more information? I didn't need any more information. I thought it was exactly what it was. But I mean, I got exactly what it was, and I kept it moving. But there are people that you would like to know more about. So I understand it. Look, the thing I dislike the most about this movie, and this is actually small. Well, no. Let me know. I'm gonna skip that because I was initially gonna talk about the bug creature, the vermin creature, whatever. I just thought the design on that shit was trash. But the biggest thing is that like it feels like you're joining the story already in progress. The thing I actually loved most about it is some of the conversations that they have in the movie, specifically the conversations between John Wick and the angel Gabriel. I mean, Constantine and the angel Gabriel. There's a scene in that movie where he's just like, look, the reason you're dying is because you smoked 30 packs of cigarettes a day since you was 13. The reason you're going to hell is because you killed yourself. You're basically fucked. And then just walked off. Tilda Swinton is fantastic as Gabriel. I like Gavin Rosdale as Balthazar. Jimon Hansu can do no wrong in my book. I enjoyed this movie. So, like Larry, I am also giving this movie a B minus.
Ooh, another B minus. Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yes, I was surprised when he said B minus, and I was actually going to give it a B plus for a while, and then I thought about it, and I said I want to be fair with my grading, and I looked at what the movie was, for the pieces that it is. I looked at the acting, the set design, the fact that the special effects are 15 years old and they still kind of hold up today is awesome. And look, I like the story, and I think the end result, like the end conversation with Constantine talking to the slimy devil, because I agree with what Vapeon said, and I feel like I'm about to agree with what Monty says. I might not agree with his grade, but I think I'm gonna agree with his perspective. But yeah, I gave it a B minus. That's it. I think it was almost really good. I think they were there, but it was just. There's a couple issues that I think this is a movie that would have been better if it was 20 minutes longer to dedicate some of that time to characters, and they didn't do that in this movie. And they should have. So,
okay.
Monty, Zoe, go full screen with Monty. Let's do it.
Welcome. Okay. And also, y'all can't be shitheads on this channel. What are we calling fans of the Ultimate Comic Book Movie List? Throw some suggestions in the chat. Get our brains going in a direction. So it doesn't say fucking chat right there. That looks stupid. I want a name for this. But Constantine. I avoided this movie when it came out in theaters, and I just recently watched it. And
real quick, why'd you avoid it?
Because I didn't care. I wasn't a fan of Constantine before, and I really didn't give a shit about this type of movie. Mm-hmm. It's like, I just don't wanna. Not gonna. So I didn't. But I avoided this, and when this came up, I had to sit down and watch it. In watching it, what I liked about it, what I actually absolutely loved about it, was shit like what you see behind me. This movie was fucking beautiful. The scene where he kills the fucking demon with the mirror, fucking beautiful. Like, it's visually, this movie is fucking incredible. I absolutely loved it. It was fucking amazing. Like, the visuals, the idea for the movie was really good. But what I didn't like was the execution of that idea. I really think they failed. I think this movie needed one more draft by one person who actually sat down and read the entire script of the movie that they were working on. Because this movie fails in a lot of areas. Like Larry pointed out his favorite scene, the Lucifer scene. The Lucifer scene was really cool. I didn't like the guy that played Lucifer. I didn't like his Lucifer. It seemed out of place in this. But that scene would have been a lot stronger had somebody read the entire script and said, oh, you know what? Lucifer's going to come in at this point and sort of wrap the whole story up. So maybe at some point earlier on, we should show who Lou is and play a little mystery like that. There's your opportunity. If you are writing this story to go, you know, when Constantine's walking out of that, I don't know why this lab exists, lab that tells him he has lung cancer. When he's walking out of there, what if Lou's sitting there with no shoes on and he's talking shit about his cancer and he's just Lou? And you're like, who the fuck is Lou? And you move on. Then Lou shows up and it's Lucifer. That's a reveal. Rather than, oh, this is the devil, a guy we've never fucking seen before. Why? Why is this happening? What the fuck? Why are we ghosting the machining this right now? Why is this fucking happening? It's stupid. It makes no sense, and it takes points off the movie. That and the scene where Shia LaBeouf dies and he says that one line that John Constantine said to him only 2 scenes earlier, which makes that line fucking meaningless. It means nothing to me. John just said that to you, and now you're gonna repeat it to him? No, it's like you're hitting on a girl in a bar and she says something to you 2 seconds earlier and then you repeat it to her like you're being smooth and you just said some shit. No, nigga, she just said it to you. You didn't remember anything. You're drunk. You can't remember shit. Say something she said 2 weeks ago. Now we're talking. And all this stuff I have solutions for. All they had to do was move that dialogue, which is why I say one writer to rewrite this fucking script after reading the whole thing, move that line to the point where John gets back in the fucking cab with him after they kill the mirror demon. And I'm going to get to the mirror demon in a second. After they kill the mirror demon, he gets back in the cab and you establish then that Shia LaBeouf's whatever the fuck his name was is like, hey, I really want to get out and do it. And John says this isn't like a story or whatever the fuck the line was. He says it to him then. That way, when that character dies, and as he's dying, he says that to him, that shit hits you in the fucking gut. That's what they were going for. They fucking failed at that moment because I felt nothing when it happened because he just fucking said it. It was stupid. And speaking of that, the cab in the very beginning, John's driver drives him around in a fucking cab. Okay, nice little thing. I get it. It's cool. Why the fuck is he going to this high-tech lab? Who is this woman? Why does she have walls of his lung x-ray all over the place? How does he have access to all this shit? What the fuck is going on? You can explain all this shit in little lines of dialogue that you chose to leave out. All you wanted to do in this movie is show me cool looking shit, which it was cool looking. Glue it together. You glued it together with fucking peanut butter, which tastes good if you like peanut butter. But if you glue it together with glue, everybody can enjoy the shit. So, I gave this movie a D+.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
There we
this
go.
Movie is definitely not a D+.
This movie is a fucking D+. This movie is poorly constructed. All they had to do was rewrite the motherfucker. It's not almost good, because if it was almost good, it would be on fucking screen. I shouldn't have to dissect it to tell you how to make it better. The parts were there. Hire another writer, spend another whatever a writer costs to read the fucking script and rearrange the motherfucker. Stop. No. This movie's pretty. There's a difference. Look, in the words of Frank Miller, there is a difference between pretty and beautiful. This movie is pretty. Beautiful, it is not.
I was gonna say, in the immortal words of Dave Chappelle, oh, hey.
No, look. I would give it to it if, and I'm gonna use this. 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 if they had executed it. They failed at what they were trying to do. It didn't work.
I disagree.
It didn't work.
When you brought up the whole Lucifer spiel, you didn't have to set up Lucifer early in the movie. You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's a line early in the movie. They say John is the only soul he would come topside to collect himself.
Then why
and
the fuck?
Second you see him in an all-white suit, you know exactly who that is.
All right, well, Larry, let me ask you this. Why the fuck, if John is the only soul Lucifer would come down himself to see, why the fuck wouldn't Lucifer come to gloat when John has lung cancer?
Because John's not dying.
John is dying. He's got fucking lung cancer, Larry.
But he
No.
don't-
Remember, John supposedly cut his wrist to make Lucifer think he was dying so Lucifer could come get him. That's where the whole line about when he tries to smoke a cigarette, he's like, oh, you know, when you cut the tendons, finger movement goes out the window, and then John just goes, and that's when Lucifer's like, oh, well, you didn't do that because he was trying to lure him onto Earth.
Yes. So
John did that intentionally.
That proves my fucking point. All they needed was a one fucking scene. Lucifer showing up at the end was stupid because we should have seen him. He was pointless to just... He wasn't a big enough reveal. He really wasn't a big enough reveal to be like, oh, white man in a white suit with dirty feet? No, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face with that. No, that's terrible.
You're trolling right now.
No, I'm not.
No, he's dead. He is so
I'm not.
serious. He's so serious about that right now. But like the same argument you're making about the same argument you're making to justify your grade for Constantine, you could justify that for Wonder Woman as well. Because Wonder Woman suffers the same flaw.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Know, but you didn't give Wonder Woman no super low ass grade like you did Constantine.
I would accept that challenge, but this movie had way many more of those. There are many moments in this movie where shit doesn't pay off. This movie is very, very pretty, and people keep mistaking pretty for a good movie. A pretty movie is not a good movie. It's a pretty fucking movie.
I think this movie...
This is coming from the man who likes Man of Steel. Notice what he just said.
I also like Man of Steel.
Man of Steel worked. Man of Steel structurally is solid.
It was just a pretty fucking movie.
Man of Steel, look, no, we can break down the plot of it. Man of Steel is solid.
Let's not, because we already got to talk about this other abomination. So,
all right.
And this is what I said, because look, I think Vapeon makes good points. I think Larry makes good points. I think everybody like this movie, and I never realized Constantine was one of these either you love it or you hate it movies. I never thought that it was one of those things. Like, you know, on like at best, I think it's on the good side, it's pretty good. On the bad side, it's pretty mediocre. But it's like for anybody to give it like it should fall somewhere between that mid B, low C range. But like the D range or the A range is just like that shit's crazy to me.
No.
Like if anyone of y'all have given it an A, because I was expecting Larry to give it an A, and I was like, oh man, he finna get his movie an A, and I'm about to be like, man, we gonna have to fight about this shit, and that's not, and so that's why I'm very surprised at this. I agree with your assessment, Monty. I just don't agree with a D plus. This isn't. I'm looking at some of the other movies we've given D pluses to. This movie isn't that. This movie isn't the Hellboy cartoons.
Y'all get those D pluses?
The Hellboy cartoons? Yeah.
They weren't that bad.
Yeah, they were. They was that bad.
Yeah, there were some bad ones.
This
movie, like y'all don't know. Like I'm watching this, and as I get to certain points, I'm like, well, wait, why didn't you had an opportunity to set this up, but you just chose not to? Oh, you didn't choose not to. What you did was this movie was rewritten so many fucking times. So many hands were in the fucking pot. Nobody sat down and did one clean read through of the script and said, all we have to do is shift things a little bit. Now we got a movie. This movie could have been really, really, really good.
Keep in mind what that man is saying, because Somebody record this shit because I want to play that quote.
Play it back. Play it back.
Back. The way he said it when we get to fucking BVS.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, all right. I'm looking at the chat to see what everybody said. And look, I want to see y'all drop y'all grades in the chat if you see Constantine. Let's talk about it. I mean, I know some of y'all dropped y'all grades a while ago, so I want to see. I see John Vices just came in. John Vice says, I gave it a C- instead of a D+ because I know some of my hate for this movie comes from how much it is not the comic in any major way. Yeah. And look, I appreciate you for making that adjustment, John Vice, because, you know, like, you're supposed to rate the movie for what the movie is, not what the comic it is in relation to the comic. You're supposed to what is this in the world that it exists in, you know? So let's see what else.
Yeah, and look, Kilo says B-, make Monty watch it again. Here's the thing, y'all will get to do on the new channel. Yeah. If enough of you hit the I'm gonna make it ! Challenge in the movie name, y'all will be able to put that. And if enough of you challenge my grade does not stand on the list.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Our Azrael gave it a B-. Yep, I'm same. I'm in the same page. Let's see what else we got.
Give Azrael 20 plunger points.
There you go. See? You writing that down, Zoe?
I like that. Giving out plunger points to people that agree. And look, John Vice earlier said that he thought that Constantine and Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider were on the same level, and that's not true, man. Like, Constantine is a way better movie than Ghost Rider. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
OAW Entertainment
disagree
says.
With that one.
Oh, go ahead, Vapeon. Go ahead.
I actually like Ghost Rider more than I like Constantine.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I love Teenage Mutant Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze. Don't mean it's good though.
But Vapeon said he liked it. He didn't say it was better. He said he liked it.
Oh, I would not give Ghost Rider with the scale. Ghost Rider would not get a good grade. But
you enjoyed it more.
Yeah,
it's an enjoyable movie,
and nothing wrong with that.
I want to give plunger points to Faberino because last week he was the first person to figure out that my username is a reference to Pokemon Vaporeon.
Yes.
I was looking Faberino be on his shit. Look, Monty, check this out. OAW Entertainment says Monty is so wrong about this one.
You know what? OAW Entertainment. Zoe, block OAW Entertainment right now. No,
no, you're not. No, you're not. All right, see, you know what? See, because you started shit. To Zoe the Magnificent.
Yes.
If you are listening, which I know you are,
yes,
the producer of the show, Zoe, I shared an image in the Skype chat that I would like for you at this moment in time to please post on the screen.
Okay. Here it comes. She's setting it up. I see her getting shit together. I'm
shit. I'm going to explain to the people what they about to see.
Okay.
So, right. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, for those of you all who are faithful shit show watchers, y'all will remember that about a month or so ago, I was dropping a whole bunch of super chats for some Monty Roddick. And this son of a bitch only did one.
You know what?
And when I called him out on it, he was like, well, show me the receipt. Well, guess what, Monty?
Look at it. Look at it. Look at the receipts.
Shit.
So if ladies and gentlemen of the audience, Exhibit A, if you would now point your attention to Exhibit A, you can see the dates of the transactions in question, which was July 16th of 2020, which there was a shit show on July 16th of 2020.
There was.
Yes.
Every one of those super chats
was
pledged by yours truly, OAW Entertainment.
Yes.
There was only one Monty Roddick, and it was the one that Hannibal provided.
Yes.
That Monty read on camera. The other 5, he owes me.
This nigga spitting.
So, Zoe the Magnificent and the Magnanimous, if you will, Can I have the screen, please?
There you go. There you go.
So, because Monty started with me,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna stick the shitheads on you.
Shit.
I will give 100 plunges points apiece to the first 5 people who hit Hannibal up with Monty Rodica for Monty to read.
Yes. I love it.
Fuck y'all both.
And
Fuck y'all
you know
both.
what? Just because I want you to make it Constantine related. Right? Some Constantine related
That's
Monty Rodica.
extracurricular.
For shitting on this good ass movie, Monty. Damn.
Damn.
And before I'm finished, because Monty started with me, and I told you I was gonna be some shit tonight. Hey, bro, I'm triggering Monty all night. I'm fixing to trigger Monty all night.
Oh
nigga.
shit.
I'm triggering all night. Because you brought my school up in your stream the other night.
Hey,
my school
Hannibal did that.
No, not me. I'm fond of people. I dated a girl that went to Warren. Why would I be shitting on his school? Why would I do that, Monty?
Hannibal brought up your school. Hannibal, Larry. Hannibal did it. Hannibal.
LA, you don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it.
We don't need no McDonald 35 Warren Easton beef in the chat, okay?
Yes.
You don't want it.
You don't
LA, you don't want it. I ain't like these upstanding gentlemen above me. I'll give fucky a girl. I'll tell you straight up. I do not hold my tongue. I don't give a fuck you female. I don't give a fuck you pregnant. I don't give a fuck you Christian.
Can we do? I want to do some. I want to do some cut of the keepers. Monty, how much time we got left on cut? Do we got time, or we got to move on?
We don't have time on this one.
All right. Okay.
Real quick to add to what Larry said, I did a quick Google search. Some Constantine love interests in the comics are Zatanna, King Shark, Sarah Lance in the Arrowverse.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's 3 people right there that you can write erotic fan fiction about.
Vapeon, you stop it. Whose side are you on, Vapeon? Come on.
Look,
wait, did you say
definitely somebody? Yes, somebody.
He had a gay relationship with King Shark in one of the animated movies.
Yeah. So look, Constantine. Monty is Constantine. Monstantine, right?
No.
So Monty, John Montesine, right? And Zatanna, who's a white woman, and King Shark. Okay. Because I heard Monty likes his blowjobs a little too.
So like I said, real quick, like I said, 100 plunger points to the first 5 people who hit Hannibal up with some Monty Rodica, Monty to read.
Yes.
And while I'm at it, LA, is your school even still there anymore?
Damn. All right. Hannibal. Hannibal.
Does your school even exist anymore?
See, you see what this has turned into? Let's go to the next movie. Let's talk some Deadpool.
Yes.
Here we go.
Deadpool was my pick.
Yes. So Hannibal, it's on you. Take it away.
Yes. All right. And look, if y'all sending that Monty Rodica, you can send it to me on Instagram. You can send it to me on Twitter. You can send it to me on Facebook. You can send it to me on. And look, I'm gonna even go ahead and check Discord. So if y'all send it to me on Discord, I'll be there. I'm never on Discord, but I'm checking it now just to make sure if anybody sends in some Monty Rodica, I get it and I can make sure that it gets read. And how many did you pay for, Larry? Real quick.
5. It's
5
that you didn't do.
5. Okay. So the first 5 people to send me Monty Rodica. All right. And look, what I always suggest you do is just go on Google, just get online, search any erotic literature, right? And fan fiction or whatever, and then just copy and paste it, and then just change their names to Monty, your name. You know what I'm saying? That's how. There you go. Yes, and then or you can send it in Streamlabs, or you can send it in Streamlabs.
Yeah. If you want to send
Lord
it,
DeMarcus already sent one. There we go.
Do you have the
And look,
You
real
have
quick, while
Streamlabs
I'm
up?
at it, let me go ahead and knock
The
these out
alert
too.
box? Is it on here?
John Fight sent us some money. He said, have some money. You can't compare every movie to every movie of all time. Movies have different purposes,
It's not coming
intentions,
through?
and audiences. The first question should be, was the movie successful at what it was trying to be? This wanted to be a live cartoon. And you know what, John Vice? I totally disagree with you. So, 100%. It'd be like, oh well, you can't compare this kid's movie to that kid's movie because like all kids' movies aren't meant to be good kids' movies. You know, except Pixar movies, which find a way to be like Academy Award nominated great films and suitable for children. Like these movies could look, there's nothing wrong with liking a bad movie. I'm a huge fan of Roland Emmerich movies. That nigga makes garbage. Okay, and I love 2012. I love Independence Day. I love Day After Tomorrow. Those are
He made the Patriot.
Those are
He made the
terrible
Patriot.
There you go.
Yeah, those are terrible films, and I love them all. You know what I'm saying? But I also recognize that they're terrible. You know, there's nothing wrong with liking some crap. I watch wrestling too. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? John Vice is some Monty Radica. Lord Jamarcus is some Monty Radica. We got two of them in. Who's your buddy? I mean, can we really trust someone's score who still doesn't recognize Stan as a 5-star Eminem song?
Come on, who's your buddy? Really, who's your buddy?
Bang, bang! That motherfucker did that shit.
Really, who's your buddy?
Yes. Yes.
I thought
yes.
I was your buddy. Who's your buddy? Really?
Yes. And, you know, actually, now that I think about it, you know, because y'all could have sent these in for free, but since y'all are giving us money, so technically we owe y'all. So John Vice actually gets another Monty Radica because he's giving us the one for Larry, but then he paid for one that he's not getting. So really, he should get two. The same should go for Lord Jamarcus as well. Just saying, just so we can be fair. Just so we can be fair. And look, you get to for just this is the last month when you guys can have your Monty Radica read for $2 a month. Okay? Because you get the star. Wait, Zoe, take me off full screen real fast because I want to make sure we highlight it real fast. There we go. You get the star of such film as Jay and Silent Bob's reboot. Okay? He's been in a movie with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and his close personal friend, Chris Hemsworth. He calls him CH. You know what I'm saying? There's like, so look, you can have the Egyptian god himself. Okay, the mahogany throat. Read your Monty Radica. Okay, join the Monterage, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
No,
you.
I'm just saying, man. Just trying. And Monty tells me all the time that shit makes his sex life so much better. Yes, I got you. I don't want to dox who this person is. Somebody just sent me one on Facebook, so that's 3 we got. We need 2 more Monty Radicas to come in. I'm waiting for them to come in. All right, I'm ready to talk about. And look, I'm gonna be real quick with this.
And look, here's what'll happen.
Okay.
Because it looks like I'm being upfront now. It looks like this show is running tight. We're gonna run out of time because we got this movie and another movie that we're probably gonna fight about.
You think we're gonna fight over Batman Superman?
We might. Larry came in armor. Look at him. Look at Larry.
He came prepared.
Look. But what I will do is if we don't get to it on this show, you email the shit to me, and I will go live on our channel tomorrow. No intro, no nothing. I will just pop up live and read the shit. And then pop off. It'll happen live on the channel and it'll stay the fuck up.
I got you. Okay. Cool.
So there you go.
I'm about to grab this Monty Radica, copy that.
Who's your buddy says, we're buddies, Monty. That's why I fuck with you. All right.
Yeah.
Why are you talking shit then? Who's your buddy? Why are you talking shit?
Is he talking shit or is he saying real facts? It's all I'm saying. it's all I'm saying.
All right.
Just there you go. Anyway, yeah, all right. I'm ready to talk about.
All right, go for it.
Put this Monty Radica in the chat. There you go. There you go. That's for you, Monty. Anyway, I chose Deadpool as my pick. And look, I'm gonna keep this one brief because we got a lot of show to get through and there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And you know, and I'm trying to make sure that we have enough time to talk about fucking Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition. I love this movie. I love Deadpool. I picked it because I've been waiting for us to talk about this, to find a reason to talk about this, and we haven't. Deadpool is one of my favorite characters of all time. And when I saw that they were trying to do a Deadpool movie and Fox was doing it, I was absolutely fucking terrified. And seeing what Ryan Reynolds and T.J. Miller did with this shit, I was blown away. I love this movie, and I think I only got one or two left. But yeah, this movie is good. Oh look, Giant Hannibal right now. Hello everybody. How is everybody doing today?
She's working on it. She's working.
It's good to see you, fine people. Yes. Look, this is the. I got you, Larry. So look, I love this movie, and honestly, I have nothing bad to say about this movie. I am giving this movie the coveted A+. Okay, this is easily one of my 10 favorite comic book movies of all time. And I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. This movie, I think, is flawlessly put together. I love it. And that's it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Yes, I came a little when I saw this. I like this movie is so good. I sat in the theater expecting it to be bad, and as soon as the intro comes on and the way they deliver it, as you know, directed by some asshole, starring random British villain and CGI character, the movie is so self-aware of what it is and its place in the world, and it's had such an impact on comic book culture and film culture up until this point. Like, they've literally reformatted other movies to be more like Deadpool, and there's lots of movies that have made a lot of money that people don't try to mimic. Ain't nobody out here trying to mimic the Transformers movies. They made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
You know, like this movie did something it showed that they could make a rated R superhero film and make a lot of money. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, but Blade did it first. Yeah, but a lot of people didn't know Blade was a comic book character in 1995.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And Blade didn't do it like Deadpool did.
Yeah, and Blade didn't do it the way Deadpool did. You know, and then the way they attacked the breaking the fourth wall, all of the inside jokes, like, just look, there's nothing else I can say about this movie, so I'm gonna just hand it off to Montel. Yeah, I give this movie an A+. And I'm stingy with the A+s, but yeah, this movie is getting an A+ from me.
All right. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll take it. Switch it over to me. I'm good with it. And then we'll go around this way, and then we'll just, if there's discussion, we'll discuss. Other than that, we'll just hit the next movie because we're running low. But I am yeah, I saw this for the first time. What year did this movie come out? This movie was, I'm checking real quick. This movie came out, Deadpool came out 2016. So, how old were you? Young. Huh? 11. So it was 11. I saw this movie in the theater with my 11-year-old. Her mom is probably out there listening to this show because she was a little upset with that. Sorry, Sue. But you enjoyed this movie when you saw it, right? See? She enjoyed it. She's well adjusted. You see how the production is on this show. It didn't fuck her up that bad. But yeah, we both thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And upon this viewing of it, I still thought it was amazing. I walked away blown away. I got more than I expected. And it was, I hadn't gone back and revisited it since, but on this current viewing, when I rewatched it, I'm like, oh yeah, this movie's fucking amazing. It was everything a Deadpool movie should be, but also, if you knew nothing about Deadpool and you walked into this, you can enjoy this movie. So, I'm with Hannibal. I hope I have some left, but this gets one of my A+. All day, every day.
Motherfucker! You caught me all the way off guard. I just was expecting you to shit on it and then argue with your ass, and then you just fucking just went the opposite direction.
No, this movie absolutely gets one of my A+. This movie is fucking great. I came a little when I saw this, and everybody should see this movie. It also gets, the same things that comes with an A.
Yeah,
So
I've had a friend of mine who saw this movie and absolutely hated it. And I'm gonna talk about him in a second. But
All right.
Larry, I'm ready. I'm ready for Larry. Larry and Vapeon. I know one of y'all gonna shit on this movie, and that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay. Let's get to it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm preparing myself. I'm a mute my camera right now so I don't interrupt when y'all talking.
There we go. Larry, take it.
So is it me? Is it me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So real quick, what was funny was, real talk, dude. I'm not a Deadpool fan. Not
Yeah.
a Deadpool fan. I've never been a Deadpool fan. Never liked Deadpool. It's the main reason. I did not watch this damn movie until I had to watch it for this damn episode, and I was like, shit. Now I gotta finally watch this. I didn't dislike it. I did not dislike it.
All right.
I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I thought it was fine. Thing I like the most is probably the action scenes. The action. The action is really good. Action is really good.
Yeah.
Thing I disliked the most is probably, other than 35's ugly ass uniforms. Let's see. What did I dislike about this movie? Just some of the dialogue, I guess.
All right.
But not even not even enough of the dialogue. Yeah, just some of the gags didn't work as well. But yeah. Anywho, Hannibal gonna get mad at my rating though. I am at a C plus.
Oh,
Which is because a C plus is what? Almost really good?
almost good. Almost good. Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
If
I'm
you
good
want
with that.
almost really good, that's a B minus. So there you go.
I'm between a C plus and a B minus. I'm right on the cusp.
All right.
I'm right on the cusp.
Oh,
So you got Constantine better than Deadpool?
Yeah, but we're talking subjective at that point. We're just talking about a taste issue at that point.
Vapeon! Vapeon! Look, I'm glad. I'm glad. Look, I'm glad I had my mic muted so you couldn't hear all the motherfuckers I was yelling at you just now. I sounded like Samuel L. Jackson was in my apartment helping me move just now. Shit. But hold on, wait. Let me mute up again so Vapeon get out. All right, Vapeon, what say you, sir?
I too am not a big Deadpool fan. But the first time I watched this movie, I was not a huge fan of it. I actually have a friend who walked out on this movie in the theater.
Wow.
He hated it so much. But it's an A minus for me. And the reason why it's an A minus is because Deadpool 2 exists, and Deadpool 2 takes everything this movie does and makes it better. You have the Juggernaut in Deadpool 2. You have more X-Men cameos. I was told to write down what I liked and disliked about this movie.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is amazing. Like the music for this movie is like the music I listen to anyway. And what I disliked is like the villain is like a nobody that I've never heard of before. Like they could have went with somebody a little bit bigger than just a no-name guy named Francis. But other than that, I really don't have anything bad to say about this movie.
All right. John Vice is challenging you hard in the chat.
He says Deadpool 2 is not a better movie. Deadpool 2 is just a bigger movie. I agree with John Vice because I love like the first Deadpool is so just almost flawless. Yeah. I think whenever I talk to people that don't like Deadpool, a lot of times it's whether or not, as Larry was saying, is whether or not that style of humor lands with you or not. It's sort of like, and the best way I can explain it is Dane Cook. You know, like if you like that style of humor, then you be like, oh yeah, this nigga's hilarious. And if you don't like that style of humor, that's a long hour and a half set to sit through. You know, and I think that's kind of that's the one draw I would have with I think it's the one issue I guess you would have with Deadpool is, does that type of humor land with you or not?
Yeah.
But you know, Yeah. Landed with me, motherfucker. I saw that movie, like, and then literally just after the movie went off, I just stayed in the seat.
Yeah, and look,
just waited for the next movie to come back on. I didn't even leave. I just stayed in the exact same seat. I let the motherfuckers come and sweep up all around me.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Deadpool. This is why one of the reasons I landed with an A+, especially for a comic book movie, because we're grading this movie next to every other movie. As much as I enjoyed that movie, there is a person I know that is not into comic book movies at all. Mm-hmm. But she is all about, let's watch Deadpool. So this movie lands for non-comic fans. Someone that knows nothing about Deadpool can see this movie and wants everybody that she knows to see or have seen Deadpool. Mm-hmm. This movie works beyond the audience it's intended for.
This is true.
So
it's true. And look, that year, the year after it came out, it's like Deadpool came out first, and then after the success of Deadpool, they literally changed Suicide Squad to fit that style of film more. And then that year at Dragon Con, the big con that they have here in Atlanta, all the women were dressed as Harley Quinn. Yeah. Well, most of the women were dressed as Harley Quinn, and everybody else was dressed as some variation of Deadpool.
Yep.
You know, like it wasn't just popular. This movie did things. It did things and took chances that no other superhero or comic book film even attempted. And it worked. And it was just like, man, these motherfuckers, they got it in.
Yeah.
They got it in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And drop one of Clues bombs from Morena Baccarin. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Stargate fan, you know what I'm saying? So it was real cool to see the villain from seasons 9 and 10 fucking pop her ass up. And I got to see her titties. Bam. That happened. Yeah. Also, small titties. So I really should take a point off the movie. I'm joking. All titties matter. Okay, look.
There's a moment in Deadpool that really shows my sense of humor. He's like laying on the bed talking to his like neighbor that are both tied up, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to give a Dutch oven to Meredith Baxter Burney," and the other guy's like, "I want to get a Dutch oven by Meredith Baxter Burney." That's like my sense of humor. So there's just like dude, where he's just like, "I want the opposite of what you just the outlandish thing you just said."
Yeah. I am with it. I think this shit is great.
There's also
Larry, real fast. Let's go ahead. So you the low man in the group. Why a C and not a B? Why does it fall so low? Why is it so average for you? Why is it so slightly above mediocrity?
That's just how I felt. Like, well, because I'm thinking, because y'all do the whole ranking system, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Comparing it to other movies, right?
Yeah.
Every other movie, right? That's the rule, right?
Yeah.
Deadpool is not a B for me.
Okay.
Like, Deadpool is not what I think of when I think of a B, but it's not lower than a C.
Okay.
So, but it's not, but it's better than a hard C. So that's why I'm at C+, borderline B-, right on that cusp. Depending on what the curve is, the smart kid in class with the glasses and the pocket protector, that motherfucker might knock the curve over. But but yeah, I mean, like for me, dude, it's I wouldn't, like, if I'm thinking of all the fucking superhero movies I've seen, all the comic book well, not even superhero, comic book, right? If I'm thinking of all the comic book movies I've seen, and I'm thinking of 5 categories, A, B, C, D, and F, it wouldn't be in the B's. Not the movies I would put in the B's.
Okay.
But it's better than B. So it's better than the C's.
I got you. So you're doing it like the tier grading, like the A tier, B tier, C tier, like that.
Yeah. So it wouldn't necessarily be in with the B's, but it's better than the C's. It's like right on. It's almost a B. It's almost a B. Maybe if it squeezes butt cheeks and think real hard, you can get in that B.
All right. See, I
Larry,
want to dig more, but we
man,
we
Larry,
can't.
I love your wrong ass because you was wrong. You was wrong.
But-
You wrong like a
I thought-
dog that gets
I-
born and eats his own shit and fucks his
I
mama and
was,
sucks him
antici-
just
I
doing
was
too.
anticipating. I was anticipating giving that movie an F. The fact that it's a C plus for me.
Yeah, that's actually a good step, Hannibal. You, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You wrong, but I got you. I hear you.
All right.
All right, look, dude. How much time we got left on Deadpool before we got to move on?
We should move right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the movie that we are all here to talk about. Well, no, I don't know if we all here to talk about, but let's talk about
The
this
last one on the
motherfucker.
list. Yeah.
The last one on the list. One of the most controversial superhero films ever made. Right? Like matter of fact, we had a shit show guest, Monty, that when Batman versus Superman came out, he saw it before I did. He called me. He said, "Say, bro, I just left seeing Batman versus Superman." I said, "How was it?" And he said it was the perfect superhero movie. And then I went and saw it, and I said, "So just so you know, you cannot be trusted. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
You cannot be trusted, sir."
True.
So yeah. So here we go.
I don't know who that guy is, but
I'll tell you. I'll tell y'all privately after the show. I don't want to put him on blast without him having a chance to defend himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he did say that this shit was great. And then look, I made the mistake of I asked Monty before we did this show. I said, "Hey, do you want to do the theatrical version or the ultimate 3-hour edition?" And he was like, "Oh, for God's sake, please get the theatrical version." So I, did my searching and found the theatrical version, made it available for everybody, and come to find out somebody mislabeled the motherfucker, and we ended up getting the 3-hour Batman versus Superman movie.
Yeah.
So, that being said, Zoe go full screen with Monty.
Yes.
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about it. So,
Monty, what'd you think of Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition, the
Yeah.
3-hour Ultimate Edition?
yeah, the version that I wanted to watch, I remember walking out of the theater and wanting to punch either a puppy, a baby, a kitten, destroy somebody's flowers that their
Uterus?
boyfriend just
Oh,
gave
okay.
her. You know, I wanted to destroy someone's happiness.
OG Ben Grimm says Batman vs Superman was white on white crime.
Oh, it was. That was, that's the version I wanted to watch, and I was curious to see what I would feel about it rewatching it. And I woke up this morning after not having any of the shit you see around us done, knowing, all right, I only got 2 movies to watch, then I can get on the stuff. I wake up, I'm having my morning cigarette, haven't even had a sip of coffee yet. My fucking phone rings. And look, anybody that knows me knows that right when I wake up, I just want to sit and look at shit while having a cigarette for the first few minutes, while my coffee's brewing. Don't talk to me. My fucking phone rings. And it's fucking Hannibal. and it was he knows he doesn't get the normal enthusiastic Hannibal the beat animal. I'm like, Hannibal the beat animal. What's up?
Look, and let me just add to this real fast. I knew he was in a certain type of mood because normally when I call Monty, that shit'll ring like once or twice, and he answers the phone.
Yeah.
And this shit rang like 10 times, which means this nigga was looking at his phone and was trying to decide whether or not he would answer.
I was, because I was having a cigarette looking at shit, Hannibal. First thing in the morning. That's what I need to do.
Uh-huh.
I need that time where nobody... Look, even Zoe, look, if her arm gets cut off, she will wait till I come back in and at least take a sip. And she'll come up and be like, hey, Dad, I don't have an arm anymore. Like, oh, shit, you don't have an arm because I had a sip of coffee, I had my cigarette. Let's get that arm and get you to a hospital. But if she comes out in that in-between time, I'll be like, wait, what's wrong? Hang on. I don't... Wait, what? Why are you bleeding? You know, that's where I am. But he called, and he's like... I forgot how he phrased it.
What I said to you was, I fucked up. I thought I had picked the theatrical version, but instead I did the 3-hour Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
That was what I said.
Yeah.
And then I probably got off the phone with you because I could hear how angry you were.
But yeah, that happened, and he was gonna reach out to everybody to see what's up. I was gonna watch Deadpool first. A bunch of other shit happened. I ended up watching this, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the part where they don't tell us about this. Oh wait, they did. Okay. There's a lot of the details that I thought should have been in the theatrical version that were in this. It was a lot more fleshed out. The fucking Martha scene is still stupid as shit. But the story makes more sense in this version, actually, given more, more context. All these scenes are given a lot more context. So this version, and I still want to go back and watch the theatrical version and see how I grade it, but this version gets a higher grade than the theatrical version, I think, right now. I didn't hate it, but I still didn't love it. I remember hating the theatrical version when I walked out, and I didn't hate this. I didn't think it was great, but I land at a C- on this one. So I think, the ultimate cut of Batman Superman hits a solid C-. It's still got all the elements. And one of the things I try to do with these comic movies is separate the comic from them. Like I don't know who Batman or Superman, I don't know anything about Batman or Superman. Tell me a story. When watching it this way, Lex actually becomes a much more enjoyable character. If you don't know who Lex Luthor is, you can enjoy this weird, crazy guy. Like I found him enjoyable separating that. But if you're bringing the comic in, it's a shit Lex Luthor. But separating that, I would have dropped it lower if I were bringing comics into it. And Batman killing people would have also dropped the grade. But you know what? For the context of this movie, it all works. Everything fits. It's all the parts they needed were there. So I'm solid on my grade. That's where I am. There we go. I pass it off to the next person.
Larry from OAW. Oh boy, I'm just look, put all the furniture up against the walls. Okay, this motherfucker about to go torrential. Hurricane Larry is about to touch down in New Orleans.
It ain't gonna be that dramatic, dude. Chill out.
All right.
I done already said my piece about this movie multiple times. You can find that on my channel,
Yes.
youtube.com/OAW Entertainment. I got a whole rant about it. What's the lowest possible score you can have?
F-.
I give it an I. Y'all remember I's? Y'all remember what I's were?
Yeah, incomplete.
Incompletes. Meaning that you had to come back the next semester and finish the work and then submit it to your professor in order to get approved for a passing grade. But until that happened, you didn't have a grade. I give it an I.
Even this version of it?
Yep.
Damn. All right.
Yep. I give it an I.
We don't have I on the board, so that's gonna have
Make
to
a new
do.
graphic.
Right now it's ended up being an F- because that's the lowest grade we could give it.
Yeah. So
Damn.
Batman v Superman is probably one of the worst. No, I'm sorry. It is one of the worst comic book films ever made. And in the immortal words of Jeremy Irons from the same fucking movie, well, not for lack of trying. There's a lot of shit in this movie that could have actually worked. And that's why it's so much worse. I've said this before and I'll say this again until I'm in the grave or until the motherfucker changes my mind. Zack Snyder is a great idea guy. He's a good concept guy. He's a terrible execution guy. There's a lot of good ideas. All of the execution sucks ass. Everything about this movie, straight up, from top to bottom, whether it's the writing, whether it's the fucking story, the plot, the dialogue, the fucking graphics, the fucking compositing, from the fucking editing to the fucking sound mixing to the fucking score, all of it's trash. And as great as a cast that they have for this movie, they're given the worst possible fucking material they could ever work with. And yes, I'm including fucking Ben Affleck's 03 fucking Daredevil. Yeah, this was worse than that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, the film's hot trash. Hot, smoldering, in the dumpster, burning, smelly, stinking. It's trash.
Damn. Okay.
It's trash.
Told y'all, I said back up, put the furniture up against the walls. Larry about to
Damn.
Larry about to touch down.
All right.
Larry. Okay, he done upgraded from tropical storm to hurricane. Okay.
All right. We're gonna go to Vapeon, see what he says, and then we'll talk about this a little bit. See what
And then Hannibal.
Yeah,
right?
and then Hannibal. Like, of
all
course.
Right. Just making sure that we was all right. Vapeon, what say you, sir? Zoe, go full screen with Vapeon. Vapeon, what did you think of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the ultimate 3-hour edition version of this movie? What'd you think, sir?
I don't think I could hate a movie as much as Larry hated this movie. So mine's not going to be as climactic as his, but when I got the message I got from Zoe, it said you can choose any movie except for live action Batman. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. They wanted to do something special for Batman, and then I see Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
man, I was on the show and I can't. It's like we're not like Batman. Like I have to review Ben Affleck's Batman, and then.
He's like, so wait, you gonna make me watch a Batman? You gonna make me watch this Batman?
Yeah.
And then Hannibal hits me up and he's like, did you watch the theatrical version or the 3-hour version? And I was like, I'm just gonna watch whatever was in the folder. And then I saw that it was the 3-hour version. And I was like, well, that's on HBO Max, so I'm just gonna watch it on my TV. And for some reason, Jesse Eisenberg is not as bad in this cut as he is in the theatrical cut. I think he's a little bit better. There are some parts of it I didn't hate of his. Like his speech with the senator from Kentucky, I actually liked a lot. There's a part where I watched it with a closed caption on, and there's an officer named Rucka in it, which is a reference to Greg Rucka, the comic book artist.
Yep.
I gave this movie a C+, and the only reason it gets the plus is because I love everything about Wonder Woman in this movie. Like her theme is great. Gal Gadot is great. Honestly, if you took the Batman and the Superman, and then you set it in like World War I or World War II, and you movie about Wonder Woman, you had a better movie. And then, because like everything else, I was like, man, like we're like 2 hours into this movie, and then they're like, surprise, it's Doomsday, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
2 hours into this movie, and we're doing Death of Superman. Okay, that's a switch. And it's not a movie like I would not like want to watch this movie again. Like I said, like I told you guys before we went live, I fell asleep during it and like woke up and was like, what did I miss? And I was like, oh, he stole the kryptonite. And I was like, oh, did I rewind it and rewatch it? I was like, no, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And then the Martha part is real flimsy because it's like, oh, they're hanging on the fact that two people named their parents Martha like in the 60s. Like
Yeah.
they have, this wasn't planned out. It was just a coincidence. But I was like, that's not the most implausible thing this movie has. And I
Yeah.
noticed it on the TV. The senator from Kentucky is a Democrat. And I was like, this movie is unrealistic. Like, there's not been a Democratic senator from Kentucky since the 90s.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Vapeon. Yes.
I can't top that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That shit was hilarious.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's good stuff.
All right. Well, let's pass it on to Hannibal. Zoe, bring up some Hannibal.
I'm gonna do this in reverse. I'm gonna start with my grade and then explain why. I actually agree with Vapeon. I'm also giving this movie a C+. The issue with this movie is, and let me preface this first. The comic book fan in me wants to give this movie an F-, right? Because the Dark Knight Returns storyline, the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns storyline, the Asian Batman that decides to come back and fight crime and ends up eventually having to fight Superman. You know, that's the story they were supposed to tell. That's the story they should have told. Why they also wanted to shoehorn in the Justice League and why they also wanted to shoehorn in the death of Superman. They tried to do too much, and it was way too many intricate plot lines for you to try to mash up into one film, all right? But the reality is, this movie isn't bad because this movie is bad. This movie is bad because it didn't manage your expectations for what you wanted this movie to be.
Yep.
And that's why everybody hates it.
Yep.
Like, this, and I'm not gonna sit up here and play that role like everything about this movie is good. There's a lot of stuff in this movie to not like. The Martha, why did you say that name? That's a stupid ass line.
Yeah.
That was like when I first heard that the executives at Warner Brothers, like when they first watched this movie, that after the movie went off, that they all stood up and applauded this shit. I was like, did we watch it? Did we? And then you niggas applauded the theatrical version. Like look, this cut of the movie is the better version of it because there's a lot of unanswered questions that get slightly answered in this movie. Whether it makes the movie better, like how much better it makes the movie, I'm not finna argue about, but it does. The movie gets a little bit more context and stuff like that. And there's some my favorite scene in the movie actually happens right in the beginning of the movie when they show the Bruce Wayne perspective of the Man of Steel fight, the fight between Superman and General Zod and Man of Steel, and they're destroying Metropolis, and then we get a chance to see what it was like for the people on the ground while this fight is happening. You know what I'm saying? And that's the story that they should have told. That's the story that we needed right there. It's the world recognizing that, yeah, he's powerful, but he can fuck shit up. He kills people, and who's responsible for this, and that. That's the story. They didn't need to do all the extra shit, but there are good scenes in this movie. First things first. The thing I dislike the most in this movie is Jesse Eisenberg's performance as Lex Luthor. It didn't resonate for me. I didn't like the way he attacked the lines. It was so over the top and all over the place. That it didn't resonate for me. So that was the thing I disliked the most about this movie. But there's the scene where what's her name? Holly Hunter, where she plays Senator Finch, and they're in the room, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not giving you the license to get the kryptonite." And then and she was like, "Yeah, you can give me a bottle of fucking piss and try to convince me that is grandma's piece of tea. I'm still not gonna drink it." And then right before Luthor blows up Congress, she looks and she sees a jar of piss. You know what I'm saying? And she's got that look of terror on her face. That's good acting. The scene where Ben Affleck and when Batman and Superman, when Clark and Bruce Wayne meet each other at the Lex Luthor gala for the first time, and they have that conversation, and like Clark Kent is like, "Hey, can I get a quote from you about the crime and Gotham and the Batman and shit like that?" He's like, "Yeah, you sitting up here talking to me about fucking Batman and crime, like every time Superman rescues a cat out of a fucking tree, y'all don't celebrate his praises. Like, fuck you, nigga, Gotham. You know what I'm saying? That's a dope ass scene. Lawrence Fishburne, in all the scenes that he steals it from every other actor in there.
Yeah.
There are some good performances from some very good actors, but this is one of those movies where very good isn't good enough, because we didn't want this movie to be very good. We wanted this movie, we needed this movie to be great, and this movie wasn't great. And because of everybody's expectations for this movie, the movie, because it wasn't great, everybody's saying it is awful. I was like, no, we've seen awful movies. The 1977 Wonder Woman is awful. Three Dev Adam is awful. The Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie is awful.
Yeah.
Catwoman is awful. Spawn is awful.
Yeah.
Steel is awful. This movie ain't awful. I don't want to watch it again, but it's not awful.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's this weird balance of like, there are parts of it that are good, there are parts of it that are bad, there are parts of it that don't really have any purpose. It was way too much shit going on, and I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's Zack Snyder's fault. I don't know if it's Warner Brothers' fault. I don't know who to blame for why this movie is the train wreck that it is. But the movie isn't like, and one of the big complaints I see people make about this movie is, oh, Batman kills people. Yeah, in this variation of this universe, Batman kills people. And if you have a problem with that, that's your expectation of what you think Batman is.
Yeah.
Like, you're judging the movie based on your perception of who Batman is.
Yeah.
And I understand it, and I'm not mad at that. That's why I'm not arguing with Larry giving it an F-. I'm not arguing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you're not grading the movie for the movie. You're grading the movie for what you thought the movie was going to be, not what the movie actually was. That's why I gave it a C+.
Yeah, I agree. I think the whole thing with this movie is people wanted, like, you walk in expecting Superman and Batman. You know who Superman and Batman are. You know what you're expecting. If these were two random superheroes that we had never heard of, this movie would have been graded differently by everyone.
Asriel said, Larry, I'll give you a chance to talk because I know we got stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Our Asriel said, why was the Flash even in the movie? I agree.
Yeah,
why
that was
Flash
pointless.
Why,
that was stupid.
The whole Flashpoint paradox setup was ridiculous, and it never gets resolved. So, you know, and I don't know whose fault that is. I know it doesn't make the movie better. Like, that was actually going to be one of my cut of the keep it. It was the whole Flashpoint paradox scene.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about that.
And John Weiss, the clusterfuck parts would still be there. There are many things wrong with this.
Yeah.
But the complaints of Batman killing people and Lex Luthor not being Lex Luthor and all the other random shit, like, separate who Batman and Superman are. This is this movie.
Yeah, this is, like you said, this is you managing, like in your head, Superman is a certain person, and he's not adhering to that thing that you think that he is. Batman, like, you know, everybody's like, Batman doesn't kill people. In this world, he fucking does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as soon as that happens, like, all right, we have to accept or reject it. And the bottom line is there's a lot of people who rejected it immediately. It was like, oh, no, this isn't the preconceived notion I have. And again, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at your grades. I understand your grades. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like it's like I've seen the bad movies and I've seen the good movies, and I've seen more of them than you have. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one. But
we've been in it with the bad movies. So, like, this
like,
movie, and look, Larry, I'm gonna say this right now. We don't have this feature set up, but I challenge your grade, Larry. I challenge your grade.
I'm not rewatching this. Fuck you. I'm not rewatching this.
I challenge your grade.
And look, and the way the challenge feature is gonna work is if enough people challenge you, you have to rewatch it. And if you don't rewatch it, your grade doesn't stand.
How about this? Monty, you want me to rewatch this? Patreon.com/OAW, select the blockbuster tick. It's $30. That's how you gotta rewatch this shit.
And look, I'm not mad at that. I'm feeling not mad at it. Like, this movie's definitely not an F-. Like I said, I've seen F-. I know what they are.
It's right up there with the F-, dude. Steel is. I would rather watch Steel over this.
Yeah, I mean, Steel is worse. Steel is way worse.
Oh yeah.
Steel is worse. Catwoman is worse. Spawn is worse.
Spawn is not that bad. No, it's right up there with Spawn. It's right up there with Spawn.
No, Spawn is worse. Spawn.
I disagree. That fucking dog and that little kid are such a joy in that movie.
Man, look, listen. We watched that movie shat all over, and I forgot about the kid or the dog. So yeah, they didn't do their.
That's parts of the movie.
Yeah, trash parts of the movie. You know what I'm saying? But look, some people like trash. I like fucking 1998's Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. That movie is garbage. And
That's
I
also
know
Roland Emmerich.
the difference is I know that it's garbage. Okay, I don't treat it like it's good. I can separate the difference between. I can objectively grade this movie and take my feelings out of it. Spawn is trash. I love Michael Jai White. The Spawn is trash. That movie is all trash.
So here's the big problem I have with what you said.
Go ahead.
Because what you said contradicts what the fucking movie was trying to do.
Go ahead. What's that?
Because you said the movie ain't bad because it's bad because of your expectation. Okay.
Let me qualify that right now, because I want to make sure I'm understood. The reason people are giving it very, very low grades is because they're grading it based on what the expectation of the movie was, not for what the movie actually was.
Okay. So this
movie is as good as any of the Fast and the Furious films.
No, it's not. The first Fast and Furious is way better than this movie.
Nah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I gotta be with Hannibal on this one. And you know how much I love disagreeing with Hannibal.
Anyway, but what I was going to throw out with that is because if you're talking about the expectations for a movie, that's one thing. If you're talking about, but you kept bringing up the preconceived notions of the character, and that's when I call bullshit. And the reason for it is because the movie argues on one hand that these are supposed to be like original adaptations of these characters, but at the same time expect for you to be able to bring in that preconceived ideal of what that character is. Because if that wasn't the fucking case, why the fuck are we talking about Superman being such a beacon and all this bullshit when he was dead? No, the fuck he wasn't. Where the fuck you got that from?
Wait.
Where was that in any of the previous movies? It's because you want us to act on what we know about fucking Superman. It's the same reason.
Well, no.
I disagree.
Yeah,
it's the same reason why the end of Man of Steel was supposed to be shocking. Because you know Superman doesn't fucking kill. But they never fucking established that this Superman doesn't fucking kill.
Well, they did establish it because Superman never killed anybody in the entire movie. He was a farm boy from Kansas, and he's in this moment, and he has to make that choice, which is why in that moment he flashes back to his dad, remembering the values he was brought up on, and he had to snap the motherfucker's neck to save people. So that's where they established that. That's where they established it.
That don't make no sense. Because Jonathan Kent told him let the bus full of kids die. So that don't make no sense.
He said, let that bus full of kids die because it would be too dangerous for the world if they found out your secret, which it was.
Yeah.
So his dad was right to let those kids die. Fuck these kids.
And also, like, they put the statue up. That's
Look,
why
first,
he was.
First off, hey, like, let's not act like all kids is great. Like, Hitler was a kid, okay? Some kids is jerks, okay?
Yeah. But that.
Also, speaking as the person that has no kids, all right, just don't take me seriously.
Yeah, but they used this. They also used the statue to establish why Metropolis loves Superman, and the articles. Is
really, Metropolis loves Superman. Everybody, no one in the movie trusts him.
Look. Then why the fuck did they build a statue of the motherfucker? And look, wait, no, hear me out. Why the fuck did they build a statue of this motherfucker? And we're coming to the point where Perry established it. Is Metropolis falling out of love with Superman? That was the point of the fucking story. They built statues to this man within a couple years. This isn't like General Lee that we're tearing down. This is last fucking year, nigga, they built this statue.
Yeah,
they love him.
And there's also the scene where Superman saves the girl from the burning building in Mexico, and all the Mexicans is laying hands on this nigga like he's Jesus. Like
they established it.
And also, Larry, you have to take into account that just in life and in history, like people will be like, even with somebody as despicable as Herman Cain, and who said and did all the dumb things that he said and did in his lifetime. When he died, what's the first thing people do? They always respect and honor the dead. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that far fetched.
No, they fucking did, and they drove Herman. Have you been? Were you on Twitter the day Herman Cain died?
Yeah.
Did you read this shit, people?
Yeah. I read all the tweets about him, you know, when he died, and I read the tweets that he made after he died. I read all of them shits.
But no, dude. So anyway, getting back to my point. The movie that movie constantly argues, on one hand, you're supposed to take those characters as their own thing, and on the other hand, you're supposed to bring into it whatever you previously knew about those fucking characters.
Before you start gish galloping this point, where do they establish that in the movie that we're supposed to respect them for the iconography that they were from before? Like, where in the movie do they do that?
Okay, so I already told you. The first notion was the end of Man of Steel. Second notion was the end of BVS. Third notion was when Batman saves Martha. Those are the three big ones.
How?
Because
wait, all right,
those
you said the end of Man of Steel. I say I reject that. What's the second one?
So the death of Superman at the end of BVS.
Mm-hmm.
When Batman saves Martha in the big group fight.
How is that passing? How is that going back to old Batman being Batman?
Because that's the only scene where Batman actually is Batman. The Batman we have throughout the rest of the movie isn't that.
Wait. All right. Wait. Hang on, Larry. No. You're not doing this, bro. I'm sorry. No. You were saying. Wait. Hannibal. You were saying that because Ben Affleck's Batman was something that Batman fans are familiar with, they're trying to say we want you to identify with this. No, that is fucking wrong.
I didn't say that.
All right, what the fuck are you saying then?
I said.
I want to make sure I get this. I want to make sure I understand it as you're saying it, Larry.
I said that the Batman we have throughout the entirety of that movie is not a Batman you recognize.
True.
That's its own thing.
I'm with you. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When we get the scene where he saves Martha, that's when he is finally a Batman that we can fucking recognize, because that's something Batman would do. How he is in that fight scene when he saved, that's regular Batman.
But
we're supposed to believe that once upon a time he was that character. But everything in the fucking movie, I have no frame of reference to think that he was ever that character ever to begin with.
Actually, no, because they set it up through multiple frames of dialogue. Because the first scene where they show I got you, Monty. The first scene where they show Batman conversing with Alfred. Alfred is like, man, you starting to go real hard on these criminals right now, ain't you? And he starts to justify why he's being so hard on these criminals. He's like, well, fuck it then. We tried doing it a certain way, and now I want to do the shit this way. You got a fucking problem with that shit? And then throughout the movie, when they in Gotham, what are the people always saying? Like when Clark goes to Gotham to research the Gotham stories, everybody in Gotham is like, say, bro, you don't want to be here at night because that nigga Batman is wilding lately. I don't know what the fuck going on with him. So they let you know throughout the movie that this incantation of Batman is a new guy. Like lately, he's been wilding the fuck out.
Yeah, and
so they establish it in the movie.
And what I'm hearing is because he stopped doing that, because he saved Martha, that tells you that this is them giving you something familiar, so you're supposed to think of the Batman you're familiar with. What if that character just grew into that Batman?
That's what it's supposed to be. I don't think they pulled that off.
It's because you're attaching what you want Batman to be to it. You're like, oh, this is it. That now they're going with that. No.
And Larry, I feel like you're kind of validating the point that I have. Like, you specifically have a preconceived notion of who Batman is or isn't, and this movie didn't conform to that. And it's like, oh yeah, so throw the movie in the trash. And again, I'm not mad at that, because I the storytelling could have definitely did a better job with it, and they didn't do a great job with the storytelling.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like as I
Hannibal,
think they tried to serve too many masters. Like you can't tell the Dark Knight Returns and Death of Superman, you know, and the Dawn of the Justice League all at the same time in the same, like that's too many storylines for like. And then keep in mind the original run of this movie was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's too much like the Dark Knight Returns animated movies combined are like 3 hours plus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like 3 hours. So it took them
Hannibal.
2 movies in 3 hours to tell that story, and they tried to tell that story and Death of Superman in one live action movie.
Hannibal,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question.
Go for it. I love
What's the
questions.
name? What's the name of this movie?
Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
Yep, Dawn of Justice.
All right. So if I was to make Hannibal versus Monty, doing a nonsense,
Uh-huh.
but I got Leonardo DiCaprio playing Hannibal,
Okay. Okay.
and I got Helen Mirren playing Monty,
Uh-huh.
and these motherfuckers ain't nothing like y'all
Mm-hmm.
in terms of characterization.
Helen Mirren is a very handsome woman, so I think she'd be a good Monty.
That's not the point, and you're being facetious.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, if they don't have nothing, and I agree, Helen Mirren could rock some fucking dreads. I agree with that. But give motherfucking John Vice 50 plunger points, please.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, if these people and if these actors and their performances and the characterizations of Hannibal and Monty in the goddamn movie has nothing to do with fucking Hannibal and Monty, you gonna sit up there and tell me, oh well, that's because you had preconceived notions of who Hannibal and Monty were.
Well,
and I'm like,
matter of
oh,
fact, you know what?
Can I reply?
I
Can I
think-
reply to this? Can I take this first?
Yes.
I would say, as if and depending on the movie, as Hannibal and Monty, if I watched it, I'd be like, this is nothing like us at all. But the movie could still end up being good as its own standalone thing. I'm like, they tried to do us, but they ended up doing this. It's like when you get in the kitchen and you start trying to cook, like I'm trying to cook I don't know, hamburgers. I fuck up and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I end up making taco meat, but it's delicious taco meat. If I keep calling it hamburgers, these are terrible hamburgers, but these are damn good tacos.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I actually would compare like Larry's example. I would compare to Green Book. You know, is like the family, like the family that that's related to the guy that the movie was based on was like, yeah, this movie is not our grandfather and our father's life. You motherfuckers got this shit all the way wrong. And you know what? They got it all the way wrong. And Green Book is a good movie. Both of those things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
but they're not true in this case.
Those 2 points are not mutually exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
But neither one applies in this case.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, listen. Like I said, like the people that hate this movie, like this movie isn't a hateable movie. I mean, like this movie isn't. And no, let me rephrase. This is a hateable movie, but it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
All right.
I mean, see, you're trying to keep this shit going. See, Larry's I'm not gonna let you make me quit this show, Larry, with your wrong
Quit
opinions.
the fucking show. It's not going to change anything. It's still a bad movie. You woke up this morning wanting to get your cigarette before your coffee. It was a bad fucking movie. When you went back to watch it, guess what? It was a bad fucking movie. You
Yeah.
sitting up here right now talking about it. It's a bad motherfucking movie. When you go to bed at night, guess what, Monty? It's still going to be a bad motherfucking movie.
Well-
and when you wake up tomorrow, it's still going to be a bad fucking movie.
Well, you know what, Larry?
This was a shit show.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.
Sweet Halloween in Collard Green.